Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them uninjured.
They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the pool.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be, so it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing!
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Happy Thursday morning to you. 1 week before Thanksgiving. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba. Cody, top of the morning to you.
Hello, John.
Hey, man.
Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Buttons on.
What, Sam? I can't hear.
You're good now. You can't hear?
Am I on?
You're
okay.
You're
There we go. Thank you. I couldn't hear anything. It's never a good feeling when you go to talk in the mic and all you can hear is the voices in your head.
Help me.
The demons.
Help me.
Oh, good morning. Good Thursday to the world. I'd like to teach the world to sing. Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Hello, freaks. How you freaks doing, huh? Hadn't really talked to the freaks in a while. Just one-on-one. Just really, had a chat with them. But I see you out there. I know what you guys are up to with your cages and your whips, all your crazy antics. I know what you're doing out there, you freaks. Good morning. Put those handcuffs away, all right? Maybe go scramble a couple eggs, have some toast, take a break for a while. Beautiful day here in our fair city. Foggy. How about that? Did you notice the fog out?
Oh, I noticed the fog. How could I not notice the fog when I was walking in?
Yeah, pretty dense. Pretty dense fog.
Kind of dangerous.
Kinda, yeah. Depending on who you are.
The fog man.
The fog man?
The fog's never good for. Sometimes you see someone lurking in the fog. A shadowy figure emerging from the fog. That's always scary. When he just shows up, the fog man.
Who the hell is the fog man? What are you talking about?
You ever seen the fog man?
No.
You don't know about him?
No. No, who is the fog man?
You don't want to know him.
Yeah.
Bubba, do you know the fog man?
I know the Hat Man.
I've heard of the Hat Man. I've heard of the Slender Man.
Distant cousin.
Okay.
Same kind of guy.
Fair enough.
I embrace the fog.
What the hell does that mean? I embrace the fog. Is like camouflage? You like creep around on people?
Just got to embrace it.
Like the fog is there, you use it as a...
Let it consume you. Give into it.
Let it consume you?
Yeah.
Is this like a thing about like smoking cigarettes or something? Like does the smoke from that come from like the...
No, that'd be smoke. This is fog.
Yeah, I figured they're cousins too, like the Slender Man and the Hat Man and the Fog Man. I figured it was all related. That's the cousin that's
been locked up that, he only comes around. He's a bad influence cousin.
This guy telling me the difference between smoke and fog.
Smoke and mirrors.
That wasn't funny. That didn't fit.
It was funny to Bubba, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. That is all that matters.
There's a wrestling reference for you, John.
I do agree with that. As long as you can make yourself laugh, that is all that matters. Cosign.
It's a happy day.
You're having a happy day? That makes me happy.
I mean, not yet, but I mean, soon enough, maybe.
Did you have your coffee?
Hopefully. Yeah, I got it out in the car. Right now, I'm just having a Red Bull.
You have it out in the car. You just leave it sitting out there to like chill, or what? You just couldn't bring it in all at one time. You had your hands full, or
I have multiple cups.
Okay,
you know how it is.
You got to make multiple trips. I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. It's getting, in the wintertime, it kind of stays cool. So it's not like I'm leaving it out in the hot car.
Yeah, it's still weird to me because
people do their babies.
I still think of coffee as hot, but I guess some coffee. I guess some coffee is cold, so it's okay to chill out there.
Yeah, some coffee is cold.
Yeah,
I never thought I'd be a cold coffee guy, but I am. Me and Sam were talking about that yesterday. Not that specifically, but we were just talking about back when men were men, and I was thinking about how disappointed in me my granddad would be if he just, saw me living today, my lifestyle and how I'm living versus how he lived his lifestyle. He just, he just ate beans. That's what he did. He ate beans and cooked meat and, it worked with his hands.
Does eating beans make you a man?
Yeah. Yeah, and he worked with his hands. He could build things. He knew a little bit about everything.
No, he probably actually did. He probably was just telling you he did.
No, he really did.
You didn't have the internet at your hands back then to be able to just fact check everything your grandpa said.
No, he really did know a little bit about everything because he could build houses, but that wasn't even his trade. But like he knew about electric work. He knew about plumbing. He was a very smart man. A man's man. And then there's me, just out here at Starbucks.
You know a little about everything.
Yeah, but I don't know how to do anything.
Can I get my brown sugar shaken espresso, please, sir?
Don't talk to me till I've had my coffee.
What was it we were talking about that like men back then, just like the way they lived?
Just the black coffee culture has kind of just died, just a pot of Folgers.
Yeah.
Sitting there steaming hot.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about, yeah.
Destroying a pot of coffee.
And, like, what you eat. Mm-hmm. And, like, they would just come home and they'd have a woman there who cooked.
We just go to McDonald's.
Yeah. Like, women don't cook anymore.
I think there's
still plenty of women that cook
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but not like they did back then. Not like you get home from your job and dinner's ready.
Well, a lot of them work now.
Yeah. Well, that's true. They have to.
A lot of them work.
They have to try to help, contribute because the
can't really get by on one salary for most people.
The world's so tough to get by. Yeah.
Can't really get by just on one salary like you could back then. Like, hey, here's a house and a living wage. You could support a family of 4.
But wouldn't it be great if we still had that? That's kind of what I was getting at, though. Like, imagine you just didn't have to worry about dinner.
You could do that. You just have to take a bride. You're too picky. This is on you.
What do you mean, take a bride?
Just take a bride. Find you a woman.
You just said they have to work, though.
Yeah, some will still do it, though.
No, but I'm talking about in the traditional sense.
Take a bride,
Like,
make a lot of money so she doesn't have to work. Boom, you have your dream now.
you wake up in the morning, you have 2 eggs and a piece of toast and a pot of coffee, and you got a little lunch pail you take with you to your job site, and you got it's a ham sandwich or whatever, and that's what you got, and that's it.
There are plenty of good women still out here doing this.
There's no Wendy's. There's no, I'm going to run to McAllister's. There's no, hey, Arby's has steak nuggets now. There's no,
you don't have to go to Arby's.
There's none of that in your life. It's just.
These problems are all self-created.
You have a glass of milk, maybe.
You can drink milk at any time you want now. Like, it's not, the milk's still around.
But what I'm saying is you don't even know what's for dinner. You just show up and it's there, you know?
Yeah, again.
Like, we're having pot roast tonight. Well,
I just ate pot roast this week. This dream could still be attainable. I ate pot roast this week. I've had leftovers.
Understand.
I've had leftovers in the office.
I think the main point of the conversation was like how convenient the world has gotten and how like we used to just everything used to be homemade basically.
So is that more convenient? Because it sounds like Cody misses the convenience or yearns for the convenience of not having to decide what's for dinner, just showing up and having
I'm just thinking about
a woman cook for him. That's as convenient as it gets.
I'm just thinking about my granddad watching me scroll DoorDash. You know,
your granddad
like
probably would love to have.
If he were to see me doing that, he'd just be so disappointed. He's so ashamed at what I turned out to be.
He probably would have loved the option to be able to order food.
Like if he saw me pay a $3.99 delivery fee, and then there's more fees on top of that, a service fee and
your granddad being able to pull out his phone and find pornography would have been great to him. He would have loved that. You know how many times he probably wishes he could have done that throughout the years?
Nah, he wasn't that kind of man.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, he had nudie mags probably. But,
sure. He had to do it to steal images whenever he needed to release some stress. You get the option of doing it in a handheld phone.
Yeah, it's just not the same, you know. I miss the world when I was just a boy.
I think you miss being a child more so.
Yeah, I think there's some nostalgia involved there.
But I think it's just about being young and having no responsibilities and being full of hope. That's what you miss. That's what nostalgia really is.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's partly true, but not fully.
Everyone that overrates Michael Jordan, they really just miss being young. They miss their young life.
I don't think that's necessarily.
This is what
true.
you're yearning for. You're yearning for just people buying you food and picking it.
That diminishes Michael Jordan's accomplishments, as to say, just really he wasn't that good.
The guy couldn't even dribble with his left hand, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, no, I mean, neither can a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that can't dribble with their left hand.
Yeah, well, that's neither here nor there. You just yearn for your childhood.
I yearn for the simpler things,
or for your grandpa's childhood, I guess.
I yearn for the simpler things. I think I'm becoming one of these people that just wants to live out on the frontier with and just not be in the society anymore.
Nothing is stopping you.
Well, I know. I'm just working through it here.
You can be an indentured servant. There will be some farmer that'll let you come live in a house or something and take care of the land.
Like those guys on Yellowstone, you know? Go be like one of those guys, maybe. That'd be a good life.
The cast-off prisoners?
Huh?
The cast-off prisoners of the farm?
No, the guys that stay there on the farm.
Yeah, they're like cast-off prisoners.
Well, not all of them.
Yeah, they are. They get branded and they can't leave. Unless they get killed. They throw them in the pit. Did you watch the show? Those people can't leave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be branded. Like, I don't want to.
Well, that's what happens for the people that live and work on Yellowstone. Did you watch the show?
You just churn butter all day.
No, you got to go kill people and then dig them and throw them in the pit. You can't leave, and for a while they wouldn't even let girls in the clubhouse. You're just there living with a bunch of dudes. Then all of a sudden there's a couple girls around. Barrel racers came around. I don't think you paid attention to the show.
That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Just living with a bunch of cowboys in a house.
Those guys all seem pretty miserable, except the old man. He seemed all right. He was kind of sad because whenever the girl came around, he wanted the girl, but she didn't want him because he was too old. He was pretty sad.
Yeah, he'd grown long in the tooth.
Yeah. He sat there and realized he had wasted his whole life. Poor Rip had been there since a little boy. Those are prisoners, brother.
Well, I was just, throwing one example. I didn't mean it literally, to the T of that life necessarily. I don't know. I long for fulfillment of my soul.
Sam, you good over there?
I'm chilling. Good day for me. Watched some ball yesterday. Cooked a little dinner. Nothing too much.
What ball did you watch?
I watched UConn, Arizona, and then I watched most of the Bama, Illinois game, but I was getting sleepy, so went to bed.
2 close basketball games. Bubba, how are you?
I'm all right, John.
Bubba Bangs.
Bubba Bangs. Those are some long bangs.
You were talking about pornos earlier. Now that's a name. That's a good name for a male porno star.
We're writing that down in
Bubba
the notepad.
Bangs. Bangs. Bubba Bangs.
Capital B.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare, but it was like the most realistic nightmare ever.
Okay, what was it?
I went to a country club, and I couldn't afford anything because they said, all right, the lessons will be like $2K. And I was like, okay. I said, I'm not a member, though. And they said, just kidding, it's going to be $5K. And I was like, what in the world? And then I had a dream where I shifted, and I was like talking to this Ohio State fan. And then this dude just comes up and just body checks me into a wall out of nowhere. And it was like, what do I do? And then I woke up from that one. And I was like, oh, I do not want to be in that situation again.
You got punked in your own dream?
Yeah.
In your own dream where you can be a hero. You could fly, theoretically. You could be Bruce Willis in Die Hard. And in your dream, you're just a little punk that gets pushed around.
Yeah.
That softball loss has really taken a toll on you. It's ruined your psyche.
Sometimes you wake up before you can push back.
It's ruined your psyche and your confidence. I don't like it, Bubba. We got to get you back ready in the spring, better than ever.
That's what
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna find you a local women's high school softball coach or trainer or something. I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna get you some lessons. We're gonna find somebody that knows something about hitting in softball.
I'm gonna have to recreate or make my own Rocky montage.
Yeah,
here.
I'm gonna get you trained. Will you train if I find somebody to train you?
I'd rather just train myself.
That's not working. That's not working. If you're gonna play, and he was walking around here sad afterwards yesterday, Sam. Like it's crept over into.
No, I'm still very ticked off about it.
It's crept over into his sleep, his dreams. We got to get him a trainer. We got to get you up because, just from hearing your stories, I've never watched you play, Bubba, but just from hearing your stories, like I've got you graded on a scale of 1 to 100 at about a 35.
I'd say I was going to give myself a 40. But
okay. Well, that's fine. I'm glad you're a little bit higher on yourself than I am, but we got you at a 35 or 40.
I think it's understandable because, you're taking a guy that hasn't played any type of,
I'm not putting
swinging
you down.
mechanics since middle school here.
I'm not putting you down, brother. I'm not putting you down.
Maybe a sports psychologist, too.
No.
But yeah, whenever there's like a 50-year-old man that can just hit homers and I'm just out here struggling to make it out of the infield, that really tears a man up inside.
This sounds
Sam,
more mental than physical.
Well, I was going to say, I think a sports psychiatrist could help down the road? Yes, but I think we got to get the fundamentals fixed first. Let's not pick around in his brain until we get him with some good hip motion and get him keeping his eye on the damn ball and focusing. Let's get some.
What's the end goal?
To win a championship.
Get a green cup.
Yeah, you won a green cup. He wouldn't know. He hasn't won a championship. He doesn't get it.
Cup.
And
they got knocked out in the semifinals.
Excuse me, we won a conference championship.
They got knocked out in the semifinals. Never really.
I won a conference championship.
Never really won a real championship.
For that matter.
Conference.
This guy didn't even have the makings of a varsity athlete.
I got 4 cups in my home.
Come on here talking to me about a championship.
I got 4 cups in my home.
What kind of cups?
You're talking to first and second place
like
in the
jockstrap cups.
You're talking about first and second place in the fantasy combine.
Piston Cup.
First and second place right here.
Yeah, we're talking about. I thought we were talking
gold,
about sports,
silver.
though.
Yeah, that was sports. Running, push-ups.
No, I mean
drinking. It was a damn
random poker draw.
Yes, decathlon.
It was a damn decathlon. We had 10 events. First and second. Which I gotta say, Sam, the more I noticed, the more I edited that video, I'm not asking for a recount or whatever, and I don't think I'm a good shooter anyways, but that horse goal was like 8.5 feet whenever we were playing. I don't know if we've ever looked at that. That was not a fair game of horse. We were playing on the same goal, but that was a dumb way to decide that. The goal's so damn short out there.
Now, Sammy hit his shots.
He did, and I gave – did you not hear me give him credit? I said I didn't want to recount.
You did, but you did it in that backhanded passive-aggressive kind of way.
Sam beat me. No. My beef was more with the goal and the shooting. Sam made his
it's a fair
shots.
counter. I'd probably lose on a 10-foot goal with the way I shot.
Thanks, Sam. Not everything has to be an argument.
You're giving him validation.
Not everything has to be an argument.
I mean, it was. I do think it was less than 10 feet.
Oh, it was less than 9 feet. It's about 8.5 out there.
Now, Bubba,
we had somebody dunk on it whenever we put it up and bent the rim and knocked it down.
That was Jace Brown, and he was let go for that. So, it was him. Now, Bubba, have we considered the possibility of just giving up on the being an athlete thing? Because there's on one hand you can try to keep progressing as an athlete, but then you got to know your limitations.
Well, I haven't found my limitations yet, so now I don't think it's fair for me to stop.
So you want to keep going. You're pursuing this athletic career.
I'm going to be the greatest there is, there ever was, and there ever will be.
Okay, well.
I want to kill a man when he's down and keep killing him some more.
All right. I like it. And don't listen to him because he's talked a lot about how he wishes he was still playing stuff. So don't fall out of the athlete thing. He's let himself go to the point where he can't get out there and play anything anymore.
Again, guy never had the makings.
He was sitting here just like a month ago. I wish I could go there and play some men's rec league football. I wish there was a league I could go play in. Don't listen to him, Bubba. Stay in shape. Continue to work to get better.
For the old days.
Continue to improve. Never lose your athletic drive, Bubba. You can do it.
They got plenty of adult leagues.
Football?
Yeah.
It's now basketball season upon us.
Yeah.
Remember those highlights of like the 40U teams?
Well, yeah, but I'm
you could go be Lane Johnson on one of those teams.
Well, I'm clearly out of shape and well past my prime. I mean, Bubba's still a young man, though. He's got some there's some hope.
We should foster Bubba. We should be trying to nurture him and make him better.
Well, I'm
not telling him to hang it up.
I didn't tell him to hang it up. I'm not telling him to hang it up. I'm asking if he's considered it.
I didn't even got cleats to hang up. I'm just wearing tennis shoes.
You don't even have any damn cleats?
I just wear an old pair of rugged, all-terrain.
Next season, I'm going to go to the Dick's Clearing Warehouse. You can get some cleats for like $20, Bub. I'm going to find you some nice, bright pink, purple, something. They are all crazy colors in
what
the
size are you?
About 10.5, 11.
Okay, I got a pair of 13s.
I'd have to stuff
in a lot of basketball shoes.
Toilet paper.
Oh, you got like old football cleats still?
Yeah, you could put some tissues in the end.
Why do you still have old football cleats?
I kept everything.
It's got to be a nice teal color to match our team.
Mom's got them.
Is your mom a hoarder?
A little bit. She's got all that stuff. I don't have any of it, but I still got my helmet too. You should
let it go, brother.
No, keep the helmet.
Scars.
Let it go, brother.
I mean, I don't have it with me.
Cody can pinpoint his CTE in the future for exactly. It's like, this is here against East Side High.
That's hate. Yeah. That's hateful, Bubba. This guy's not going to have.
No, it's true. I mean, it's
He's
true.
a lineman. He's clonking heads every snap.
That's one of the cool things that a lot of people don't realize this about football if you didn't play the game, but that's one of the cool things you see on the helmet is the scars, those deep cuts all over the front of that, especially as a lineman, and the wear and tear on the face mask where the plastic stuff has peeled off and it's just steel. You're down to the bar because you banged heads so much. Like Bubba said, you're really banging heads out there. So after a career, your stickers are all peeled off. You look like you've been shot out of a cannon.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk some sports. Some Tennessee sports, I guess, to start it off. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria. Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, The drive for success is contagious, and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Big Tennessee news of the day or of last night is that Frank Anderson is headed to San Francisco to join Tony Vitello's coaching staff.
Good. Go on, get.
Go on now. Get out of here. Director of Pitching Performance Josh Reynolds will take over as Tennessee's pitching coach.
We got any coaches on the campus over there not named Josh?
I'm sure there's a couple.
It's the third Josh I can think of. Football coach is Josh. Well, Joth. Baseball coach is Josh. Other baseball coach is Josh.
Basketball's coach, what's his name?
Rick.
Okay. Well, there's one we have that's not named Josh.
Yes. I have a cousin named Josh, too. Josh. How do we feel about that as a name? Hell, we got like 3 guys in the audience named Josh.
Yeah. I never really cared for it growing up.
I was never a big fan of the name Josh either, myself. But when I picture a Josh, I picture a certain type of guy. He's always a little pudgy. You know what I mean? I feel like rarely do you see a Josh who's in, peak male physical condition.
Are you just talking about your cousin?
I'm talking about my cousin. I'm talking about, I think, every Josh I've ever seen. I feel like every Josh is just at least a little pudgy, You never see a Josh with a six-pack.
If you are a Josh with a six-pack, please send it to Cody. Text him a picture of your six-pack. If you are a Josh in good shape, do it now. Cody's phone number is 870.
That'll be enough.
83.
Good morning from Boulder, writes in Destin Pottery. It's poetry. Never mind. We got a fan in Boulder this morning. I thought he was making clay pots there for a second, but Seemed like a real Boulder thing to do.
Sam, your thoughts on Frank Anderson leaving the Vols pitching staff to go hang out with Tony Vitello after 8 years in Knoxville?
Yeah, obviously don't love it. Kind of the timing is maybe what makes me the most upset. Just kind of would have thought that maybe he would have already had kind of made his way over to San Francisco if he had. I kind of wish both him and Coach Q, I assumed Coach Q was going to the MLB, so I kind of wish Frank Anderson just kind of also made the jump during that time. Don't love that he's not going there to be like the head pitching coach. They've already hired a head pitching coach, or he's just going to go to the MLB to be some assistant. I don't know. It's tough news. You know, the guy that you've replaced him with, Reynolds over there, like he's been in the building for a little while and obviously has probably learned a lot under Frank, and I'm sure that they feel comfortable with that transition. But, yeah, I mean, he's a legendary pitching coach, and Coach Q was a huge part of this Tennessee program. So, yeah, I mean, it's big shoes to fill in general for Coach Elander, replacing Vitello, and now he's got to replace a couple of his top assistants. I definitely, I think he's not exactly working uphill type of thing, but he's going to have his work cut out for him. Yeah,
they went and got Reynolds after the 24 season. They went and got him from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It seemed like they got him from Cincinnati to take over for Frank Anderson anyways. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like that was the idea that Vitello was going to have too. If Frank Anderson retired or went somewhere, like he was going to just have Josh Reynolds be the pitching coach. So, like, it is just kind of going to plan. Of course, he wasn't going to coach here forever. Frank Anderson getting up there in age. But, yeah, it's just I think I'd hope that he would stay around for 1 year with Elander at least. But also, like, I do think it's somewhat nice. It's somewhat exciting just to have a completely new kind of setup in year one. Because, like, if Elander, let's just say Elander has a good year this year, has a really good year, and then Frank Anderson left, we'd probably have some doubts about what was going to happen next. You know what I mean? So, like, let's just start from scratch. Let's get the full Josh Elander effect from year one. Of course, they won't all be his players. Tony Vitello's imprint is still all over the roster, although we know Elander's a big-time recruiter and a big reason a lot of those guys are here. But as far as coaches, like, go get your buddy from Florida. Let's roll with this new younger pitching coach. Let's see what the program looks like.
It's like taking Tony out of the baseball program is like taking Kevin Spacey out of House of Cards. Like I kind of just lost all interest in that show. Like the last season, didn't even watch it. And I don't mean to compare Tony Vitello to Kevin Spacey, but that's just the thought that I had. It's like the main, integral part of it is gone. So that's going to be tough for the new guy to try to make his own way.
Sam, do you feel that way?
No.
Bubba, do you feel that way?
I mean, it's awesome now because it's like, come on, Frank. Like, you waited a little bit, you gave me hope, and now it's like, cool, but why?
Well, his official title is what? Director of Pitching Performance. So, like, you call him an assistant. I don't know if, Sam, if he's an assistant or if he's, like, over the entire pitching of, like, the franchise. I don't know what. I mean,
he's not their pitching coach.
No. When I say franchise, I mean, like, if he's going to have his hand in the minor leagues as well. Because to me, like, the official title of Director of Pitching Performance, to me, sounds bigger than pitching coach. And they had hired a pitching coach the day before. It almost makes me think that he might be in charge of the whole, like, franchises pitching. And do some minor league, stuff there too. But I could be completely wrong. I'm not going to pretend to be knowledgeable when it comes to the hierarchy of Major League Baseball and how their franchises handle pitching and all that. But I will say just the title alone sounded a little bit bigger than just pitching coach. What Cody said is interesting. I would imagine a lot of casual people feel that way.
Send his ass to Richmond.
I'm curious to see, is that where their minor league is?
One of them, their AA team.
I'm curious to see how the atmosphere is in Lindsey Nelson this year. We always talk about that Neyland Stadium in terms of, the atmosphere, being kind of diluted. I don't know if the price is going to go down over on the baseball side of things. But if less, people want to come in and buy and hop on the quote-unquote bandwagon, maybe you get more of a rowdy place, or maybe it leads to empty seats and the prices don't go down. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm hoping that everyone's kind of rejuvenated. I'm hoping the fan base, at least the people that really care about baseball, are in there and trying hard to prove it wasn't just Tony Vitello. Trying to prove hard that, there's more to it.
That juice might last for a season, but I feel like it's going to be hard. He's got to be good in year one.
Yep, 100%. He's got to be really good in year one. He's got to at least host a regional in year one, or go on the road and win a super regional and get to Omaha. It's not host a regional or bust. There'd be ways to kind of get into the postseason and make some noise, but. No, Cody's 100% right about that. They have to be good in year one.
Yeah, if year one is kind of a building block year or whatever, I got to implement the new system, and which, it's a lot of Tony's stuff anyway, but, it just seems like that momentum won't carry very well to the next year to me if it doesn't go all that well. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to look and say give him time, because it is just a big part of the appeal of hiring Josh Elander was that you wouldn't have to reset anything. It should just be business as usual. In his press conference.
You're stripping away a lot of the assistants that did make it a seamless transition. So I do think you have to give him a little bit of time.
Okay, so you think differently?
Yeah.
But what is a... I guess
the only thing he's left is the players, which obviously is the main part of it. But he's taken away pretty much every assistant that has been a common denominator along the ride.
But the pitching coach has been here. I mean, he was here last year, so at least he's a little bit of a bridge to
this guy's not Frank Anderson. John.
No, I'm not saying he's going to be as good, but I guess my question, Sam, is when I think of giving someone time, I think of football. You come in, you put a whole new offensive and defensive system in. You start from scratch, rebuilding guys that fit your roster. Same for basketball. Now, basketball we know is a little bit less of a time to reset than football. But the players are all the same. And baseball to me, and I could be completely ignorant on it. I could be completely wrong here. But baseball to me is you play baseball. Yes, the pitching calls are going to be different, and the coaching is going to be a little bit different there. But it's not like we're going to teach them a new offense. It's still going to be go up there and hit the ball. We're not necessarily coaching a new defense. They're not going to have any crazy shifts or a cover two going, or we're going to a 3-4 versus a 4-3. That's what I mean just by the transition year or the rebuild year. I still expect this team to be really good. Do you not?
No, I expect them to be really good, but I don't know. I just think that you're taking away a lot of guys that were huge players behind the scenes to making that identity. And I just don't think it's as I'm not expecting as just seamless of a transition, because every coach is different and everyone coaches with a different mindset and mentality and everything like that. And I think clearly Coach Q and Frank Anderson were two of the best guys in the country at doing that. And so I just don't think you can expect it just because, hey, this guy's sat in the same dugout for a year to just be Frank Anderson all of a sudden.
No, that's completely fair. Which
is why I'm kind of upset that Frank Anderson's left, quite frankly.
I
think you need some of that crossover.
Do you see Kendall Rogers saying it was handled really poorly?
I agree with him.
By Anderson in his camp.
I agree with him.
It does suck to lose Frank. I guess my hope is that the pitching staff that is here now for the immediate future had already been quote unquote coached or developed. Now I know that you can get better as it goes on, but I guess that's what I mean by the lack of transitions. These guys have already kind of been molded through all of fall camp with Frank Anderson. maybe there's a huge jump you make between November and February. Like maybe there's something in the season that you still need him there, hands-on to do. Maybe he's great at calling games. So like there might be some drop-off there, but that's what I mean really is just like everyone's still kind of here. Q's already got a lot of those guys in the weight room and like working out and got them on a regimen and things like that. Now, if you're talking about the future of the program, next year, 2 years, 3 years from now, of course, like those question marks are now there. I was mostly looking at the idea of having a successful 2026, which is what Cody is saying is necessary for this program to keep going and keep people's interest. Losing Q sucks. Losing Frank Anderson sucks. The guys you've replaced him with, I don't really know about Reynolds, the strength coach that you went and got. Was it from the Brewers you got him from?
Yeah.
Do we know how he's viewed in coaching circles? I mean, like, I know he's coming from the MLB, so like I'm sure he's got credentials, but like
I think him and Q had a year of crossover at the Cubs together, so I'm sure this guy was kind of stamped by Q.
I just didn't see like any backflips for that hire. I didn't see anybody praising that hire. Now, when you went and got old boy from Florida, when you went and grabbed their number one on the assistant pool, everyone was doing backflips for that. So, like, I do think at least that's a good hire. Ross is still here, Kiffin. So, like, there's at least a little bit of still some guys left over. But, yeah, Frank Anderson is out. Is out. Did it make you mad at Tony at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Him just kind of poaching some of our important guys off the staff. There was
I said, it was just the timing of it.
Well, at least he did let him hang around to get through signing day. I mean, like if you look at the timing of it, I mean, like he could have taken him immediately and like put your recruiting class into flummox, couldn't he have?
Sure.
Into flummox. I don't know if that's the right word. Is that the right word? I don't feel like that's the right word.
I don't think so. Flummoxed is when you're
when you're perplexed.
That then just feels kind of dirty to me of like, hey, let's just get these kids to sign on the dotted line, and once the ink dries, we'll just have the pitching coach leave, and he's going to come follow me to the MLB. Like, if I was a recruit, I don't know if I'd be that happy about that.
No, but it's like you can leave.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels a little dirty.
Yeah, it's kind of what happens in football too, though, right? Like, I mean, like the assistant coaches, at least traditionally, would all get hired in like February after signing day. Like that's kind of a standard practice, I think.
At least they weren't telling the recruits not to bother going to class.
Don't go to class.
Like Coach O did when he left with Kiffin.
I know the semester's starting, but if you go to that classroom, you won't be able to come to USC.
Don't go to class tomorrow. You come to California with us.
But yeah, no, I feel like it's standard practice for the assistants to kind of stick around and finish out recruiting, and like it's not as slimy as like a head coach leaving after like having everybody sign like that. I don't know, but if you're a pitcher, yeah, you probably was really excited about getting coached by Frank Anderson.
Best of luck to Frank. Congrats on the new opportunity. Hope it goes well.
I am flummoxed about my usage of the word flummoxed.
There you go.
Nailed it. All right, that's enough baseball talk in November. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Here, here! To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Here, here! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Here, here!
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Kind of crazy that we are on Thursday of Florida week and it didn't feel wrong opening up with Tennessee baseball. Have you noticed just a lack of general excitement among the fan base and among your friends, Cody? Or are you guys starting to get kind of revved up and ready to go for Saturday now that we get closer to it?
Well, I have one friend who's just very negative. He's a negative football watcher, and it is annoying because I feel like over the years we've been kind of optimistic about things. You know, there was a time when I felt like I was the negative fan, but that was more back in the Butch Jones, toward the end of that. And there was a time with Pruitt where it got pretty negative. I was pretty apathetic. 2020, I checked out of the season. But in the Heupel era, I've never found myself being really too negative about anything. He's just one of these guys, that's like the average drive caller. Ain't no way we're going to win in the swamp. We ain't won there in 22 years.
There's a lot of people that think that way, though.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not that far when it comes to Florida. Like, if I am a negative fan, Florida definitely brings it out in me more so than any other school, any other series. So, like, I'm not even saying that's a wrong approach for this series because I feel that way in some ways. But, he was just saying, like, we might as well just bet on Florida. Might as well put our money down on Florida. We ain't going to win. And I just think that if that's where we're at, like if you truly do believe that, then you probably just want another coach at this point, don't you? Like if that's truly what you believe, that this team is not going to go down to the swamp and beat this Florida team, then you might as well just go ahead and start looking for a new coach. And maybe that is where they're at, But
I was going to say, what do you think that Venn diagram looks like of people that are afraid of the Florida game this week and people that want a new coach? Because I'm not going to say it's a perfect circle, but I would say it's at least half.
I think you're seeing a lot of flaws in the Josh Heupel head coaching experience right now. And I don't think he's had a very good year as a head coach. I think he's done kind of a poor job this year. But I've seen the guy win big games in the past. I've seen what the peak can look like with Heupel. And, there is absolutely no excuse for going down to the swamp and losing to this Florida team. And it puts him in a tough spot because I feel like it's a program-defining type of game. It's one that doesn't have a lot to gain, but it's got a whole hell of a lot to lose. So, it's a tough spot for Heupel to be in. But
when you talk about the flaws, what do you mean?
He hasn't done a great job this year. There's all kinds of flaws you could look at. The conservatism, the clock management, the lack of discipline and unfocused football, lack of motivation at times. It kind of looks like. I mean, it just hasn't been his best year as a coach.
I don't think it's been a great year for him either, but there is part of me that also thinks that Alabama and Georgia both find themselves in the top 10. This Oklahoma team, I still don't think is very good. I'm not excusing the Oklahoma loss, but unless they lose again, unless they drop one to LSU or Missouri, they are going to be a playoff team.
I didn't think they were very good either, but to go win in Tuscaloosa, I mean, that earns my respect.
It does, but it's hard to call it a fluke. But, like, just when you look at the way that game went out, like, they won in a flukish manner. They won, so, like, I give them credit for that. But, like, they still didn't win impressively. They still didn't win as if they lined up and just were better than Alabama. It was like, hey, here's another big turnover. Hey, here's Alabama shooting themselves in the foot. And maybe at a certain point you just say, hey, the defense forces those. They're a defensive team.
Well, that's how their game against us felt too. But, yeah, I mean, I think you credit their defense there.
Yeah, but I still think that if we played Oklahoma again on a neutral site or in Knoxville, I would still feel like we were going to win that game going into it. And I still feel like if Oklahoma played Alabama again, I would still probably think Alabama was going to beat them. And that doesn't matter because, you only get one crack at it, and it doesn't matter if you'd win the rematch or not unless you match up again in the playoff, which we're not going to play them in the playoff. Maybe Alabama gets a chance at redemption. But, like, if you do finish the job here and you go 9-3, it would feel hard to talk about this being a bad year for Josh Heupel overall. Yeah. Mistakes, sure, but, like, a bad year, that would be tough.
It's just been such a sloppy team, and I think that's frustrating from a fan standpoint to watch sloppy football, But you're right. I mean, if at the end of the day you take a step back and look at the record, 9-3 is not a bad year by any means.
Got to get there. Got to get to 9-3 for that to be a big part of the conversation, obviously. But, when you say sloppy, are you talking about just like penalties or just like
the whole thing?
Because to me, my biggest complaint with this team is just that they haven't been playing together. Like, it's never felt like a football team. It's never felt like they've been in lockstep.
Yeah.
Maybe Boo Carter had a lot to do with that. Maybe the injuries had a lot to do with that. The offensive line. Maybe it's just a bad season that you chalk up to bad luck. But, like, just going back to what we had pointed out with the defense and the offense, like, hey, they never felt like they were playing in lockstep together. Complementary football, if you will. Like, hey, the defense forces turnovers. The offense ain't going to do nothing with it. Hey, the offense has got you a lead. Defense ain't going to shut the game out. Just never did it feel like they were in lockstep and played a complete game.
Well, and the special teams has just been poor. I mean, you've had poor special teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think we didn't really get too worked up when Mike Eckler left, but
yeah,
maybe we should have.
Yeah, that may have been a pretty big loss. I think the football program needs some changes. It needs something to get it going a little, running a little bit differently. I think it'd be a good year for some staff changes here and there.
Man, see, I'm not saying you're wrong. I know a lot of people feel that way. I haven't made up my mind yet on this season. I do think these last two games, I know they don't matter for the playoff, but I still want to see how they finish the season. Because if they finish strong and they're 9-3, I could point to the offense still being good. And, like, hey, some of their struggles are just because the quarterback didn't play well at times. The quarterback would make a couple of back-breaking plays per game, which, look, Joey Aguilar's been good here. I'm not blaming him for the season. Not by any means. He was thrown into an impossible situation. But we knew coming in, Cody, that he made turnovers, right? We knew that. That was what we could point to at App State and said, hey, this guy's got a little bit of a questionable decision-making. And he's made some back-breaking turnovers this season. He's made some bad decisions. The Alabama game, the Oklahoma game.
He didn't help you in the Oklahoma game, for sure. I mean.
So, like, there's a part of me that thinks, hey, Aguilar was good for what we needed or, good in a pinch. But, like, we should get as good, if not better, overall quarterback play moving forward. either through the transfer portal, throwing big money at somebody and having like a whole, being able to do it in the winter like everybody else and not scrambling in April. Or, you trust one of these young guys, McIntyre or Brandon, which I don't necessarily want to do. But, hey, there's no excuse. I do give Heupel and the offensive staff a little bit of a pass for Joey. And again, that's not even me saying he's been bad, because I do think overall he's been good, but he has made some back-breaking plays in the games you lost.
I think, the way that he played against Georgia, particularly in the first quarter, I think our expectations just went to a new level with him. Like at that point, he was on the Heisman lists. And then I think he kind of, what's the expression, regressed to the mean.
Yeah.
I think he kind of went back to what we expected before he ever got here, is that, we knew he was one of these interception type of guys, that he threw some picks. And that started to even out a little bit the back half of the season. And so it was kind of a reality check with Joey.
And then with defense, if you're on the fire Tim Banks train, I'm not gonna try to talk you off of it. But again, when I get to it and I look, I say, man, I do wonder what it looked like if you had the secondary you thought you were gonna have. If Jermod McCoy's out there, if Ricky Gibson, if Boo Carter doesn't just absolutely check out and just leave you a big gap at that position, if Ricky Gibson doesn't get hurt.
Well, this season just leaves you with so many what ifs, especially when it comes to that Georgia game. What if the kick had gone in? What if Jermod McCoy had just been healthy? I think there were so many chances to win that game that would have changed the whole season, complexion of the season. You'd be sitting pretty in the playoff hunt right now if you had that win over Georgia.
So for me, I can't make any sweeping declarations at 7-3.
No, but I'm talking about if he were to lose to Florida.
Oh, if he loses to Florida, if he loses to Florida, I'd be completely fine if they cleaned house. Not necessarily firing Heupel. I'm not saying that, but you could tell me any assistant coach is getting replaced and upgraded, and I'd be like, yep, that's fine with me. Sure, but if we get to 9-3 and we're just hey, we lost to Alabama, that was ugly. Back-breaking pick six. Lost to Georgia, missed field goal. You lost to Oklahoma, man. Your quarterback your quarterback lost his mind. To me, that wouldn't necessarily scream, let's make sweeping changes. Let's try to get a bunch of new coaches in here. That's what I'm saying.
Do you think our fan base would be saying the same thing if we had just beaten Georgia, but then if we went on to lose this Florida game? I think we'd still be having the same conversation no matter what.
Yeah, no, you have to. The fact this Florida team has 3 wins, Sam, you have to win this game. You have to win this game. Yeah, if you'd beaten Georgia, you'd have to win this game even more. This would be the biggest loss in program history, or at least one of. Right? If you lose this game, because you'd be more than 3.5-point favorites at this point, and you'd be going in there, this game's a must-win regardless. That's kind of how I felt all offseason looking at it. You're going to go in here and play against a pretty bad Florida team. I called it a trap game. We ain't got nothing to get trapped for at this point, but now it just becomes a can't-lose game. It becomes the game. It becomes the defining game of the season, like Cody said, if you lose this game.
That's just what I'm saying is this game is just as important as it was if we were in the playoff field right now.
It is, but there's
already over.
But the difference to me, Sam, is that it is the same level of importance in terms of losing the game, but winning, there's no big reward.
Nothing to gain by winning, but you absolutely can't lose.
If you were 8-2, there's a huge reward for winning.
Yeah.
If you are 7-3, it really just becomes, oh my God, you better not lose. We'll continue the conversation in hour 2. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Does technology
talk sports?
Yes, it does. Those lonely nights, alternating between Bumble and Tinder, and you just keep swiping. You know the feeling? You guys know what I'm talking about. You just keep swiping, right? You do it on Tinder for about 20 minutes. Occasionally, okay, there's a fat girl. And you just can't hit.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
And it does make you contemplate life as you sit there and you say, well, this is depressing. I'll go check Twitter. And it's just all hatred on there. Go to Facebook. Well, my grandma had liposuction. That's nice. Yeah, check out this. You go to Instagram, you see all the babes there. Think, man, wouldn't I love to live that life? You think about what it would be like if one of those Instagram models just accidentally swiped right on you for once. Go to Snapchat. Oh, got a new one. New notification. That's from Team Snapchat. Damn it. And happy Easter to you, too.
On 1340 WKGN.
So, yeah, if you ask me if technology makes people lonely these days, sometimes the only interaction you get is Uber or Uber Eats. At least you get some human interaction that way.
Just take the point. I don't want it. Just Cody wins.
Hour number 2, kicking off in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. You know the drill by now. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. Drink it responsibly. Shout out to our friends over at Cherokee Distributing locally. Shout out to White Claw Hard Seltzer. Proud sponsors of the studio for a long time. All right, Cody, let's hit some headlines. What you got?
Thank you, John. Arizona Wildcats, best team in college basketball. Some are saying perhaps they punked UConn, overwhelmed UConn, according to ESPN last night. The score was only 71-67, but Dan Hurley, it must have been Dan Hurley, said his team got punked. 43-23. Oh, this is where it is. Yeah, I see here. The rebounding numbers. Arizona out-rebounded UConn 43-23.
That'll do it.
They had the edge on the offensive glass, grabbing 13 offensive rebounds and turning those into 16 second-chance points. They also enjoyed a 42-24 advantage in points in the paint. And, yes, Dan Hurley says, we got punked.
That ain't going to let you you ain't going to be able to beat the punked allegations with that. Good for Tobe Awaka. Good for him. Go out there and play 14 damn minutes. I'm glad you went out to Arizona. It's been a great career choice, Tobe. Moron.
He had the I believe he had a key play at the end. Did you watch the game?
No.
Tobe Awaka iced the game at the end, apparently.
Did he?
That's what Jordan said in the text.
Hit some free throws at the end of the game.
He only played 14 minutes, so I assumed he didn't, but he had 7 points and 7 rebounds in 14 minutes.
Hurley said we got punked. It's going to be a bad film session coming out of this.
Maybe I owe him an apology. Maybe it was a good decision to go out there.
It's going to be a bad film session. There's a street fight going on in the paint, and, men can't watch fights. You can't stand on the outside when your buddies are in a fight. You got to get in the fight. You don't stand on the periphery of the fight. We'll see a lot of clips where guys were not in the fight with their teammates. It's a good quote from Dan Hurley.
Are we back? Do we like Dan Hurley again, or do we still hate him, Sam?
I mean, I don't like the guy. I'm just saying it's a good quote.
I like the guy.
We didn't turn on him last year. I thought everybody turned on him last year. No?
I mean, he's a jerk.
I mean, yeah, a little bit maybe. I don't know. He's a jerk, but I like the fire. I think we need some more coaches, or at least you need one like that.
I think Arizona got to be number one at this point. You'd be hard-pressed to find 3 better wins, wouldn't you? They took down Florida to open the year. Then they beat number 15 UCLA. Now they beat number 3 UConn. 3 ranked wins, 2 of those against top 3 teams.
Tobe Awaka subbed in at with 13 seconds left. He fouled someone while up 3. That guy missed both free throws. Then Tobe got fouled. He got the rebound, got fouled. He hit 2 free throws. Got fouled again with less than a second on the clock and made 2 more free throws to take it from 69-67 to 71-67. So I don't know if I can say ice the game, but he did hit 2 free throws, went up 3, so I give him credit for that with 6 seconds left. Arizona number 1. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Got to be.
That win was that at UConn, right? It was in Stores. Yeah, it was at UConn, right? So, I mean, that is as good of a road win as you could have this early in the season.
Plus, they beat Florida.
Yep. I don't know if UCLA is actually any good or not, but they beat them too.
Right. In other college basketball news, Alabama takes down Illinois 90-86.
Sam, are they good again?
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
The Tide?
The Tide.
Good enough to maybe be the best team in the SEC?
They'll be up there. I still think it's Nate Oates basketball at the end of the day. Does it work in late into the season type of thing? They feel like a team that always comes out real hot to start the year, and then you kind of get into that February grind into March, and it just kind of wears thin a little bit.
Yeah, in the SEC it does, and then they can get to the tournament though, and then beat anybody in a 1-game sample. So I do think it kind of works in the tournaments. But yeah, the SEC grind, sometimes it does feel like they kind of are susceptible there. They've had a lot of success though. Like Nate Oates is a good basketball coach, and it does appear that they are not really taking a big step back. They've beaten some good teams.
That Phylon kid's a stud again this year.
24 points for him last night.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois, what'd you take from Illinois?
Illinois, I mean, that's just 2 really good teams. Yeah, Illinois is a good team. They've got all those Balkan boys over there.
Yeah, I assume, forgive me if this is a dumb question, because it seems like it might be a dumb question when I actually ask it, but
it is Page's son.
Okay.
Yeah.
This Stojakovic kid is Page's son?
Yeah. He's nice, too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the box score here. I kind of kept up with the game, and I was like, I'm not going to watch Alabama win. I decided to go to bed like you did instead. But I saw my timeline going crazy about Stojakovic, and I assumed that was his actual son. But him scoring 26, only on 2 threes was a little surprising. I figured he was out there just draining threes. But, Illinois and Tennessee, of course, play each other in Nashville. Does that make you want to go to that game more? Does that seem like a bigger matchup now, I guess, or is it just kind of still the same way you thought about Illinois beforehand?
Yeah, probably still the same way. Still just a big, intriguing game. That's a huge opportunity for a resume win.
What day is that game on? Is that a weekend or is that a weekday game?
I believe it's December 6th, I want to say. Yep.
That'd be the weekend.
That's a Saturday.
Saturday at 8.
Yeah. Neutral sites out there. Hey, go take in Nashville.
A friend of mine was asking last night if I had any interest in going to the Louisville game. Apparently, tickets are pretty affordable right now for our game against Louisville.
What was your answer?
Yes, I'd be interested. Go watch the boys play against the Louisville Cardinals.
You going to go?
Thinking about it. Texas coach Steve Sarkisian is pushing back against claims that he is looking to leave the program. He said Wednesday that he is not going anywhere. Sarkisian addressed reports about his potential departure, calling them absolutely false and untrue, says ESPN.
There are a lot of seats right now for the Tennessee-Louisville game for like $40 upper level right now.
Yeah. The Longhorns coach said he normally doesn't address rumors about his future, but felt it necessary because of the importance to both the team and the university.
Do you believe him?
Yeah. I mean, unless he gets canned for some reason, I don't think Sark's going anywhere willingly. Apparently, Desmond Howard on Monday put up a video saying that he wouldn't be surprised if the Texas job opens at the end of the season, suggesting a mutual parting of ways. To which the Texas AD Chris Del Cunt reposted Howard's video and wrote, "This is news to me."
Yeah, I mean, there was just talk that he was interested in the NFL. Which I don't know if there's real validity to that or not. Of course, he is going to say there isn't. No coach is going to openly talk about it. Lane was somewhat transparent with all these damn open touring of schools and such. But did you happen to hear his press conference yesterday, or it was a teleconference? It was a telephone call conversation with reporters. Did you hear any of that?
Lane Kiffin?
Yeah.
No.
There was a 7 or 8 minute YouTube video that I found that, I mean, they're absolutely grilling him, and he's getting mad. They're just asking him nonstop about the jobs and when he's going to make his mind up and if he's going to coach against Mississippi State and yada, 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 and he's just getting so annoyed. And then at the end, he's trying to I know it's your job. I know you got to ask, but I've said this 10 times. I ain't talking about it. And then the video cuts off.
So he never said he's not leaving.
Oh, no. He never said he's not leaving. He just kept saying he wasn't going to talk about any jobs. He's like, I don't talk on jobs.
Well, the Tennessee-Florida game is sold out. Florida Gators football sent out a graphic that the stadium will be sold out Saturday.
Did that surprise you?
No, because apparently it's the 17th consecutive sellout. I don't know if that's just a numbers thing.
Yeah.
They're just saying, that really doesn't do anything for me when they say the game's sold out. It still doesn't mean the stadium's going to be full.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would be shocked if it was rocking in there. Or do you expect it to be rocking?
I don't think it'll be rocking.
Yeah, with the
week before Thanksgiving with a 3-7 team.
They are bringing Urban Meyer back. Like Urban Meyer's getting honored. But that's not enough to keep the students engaged in it, is it?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Although if you're Florida, maybe now's the time you try to show that you are still bought into the program and that you are trying to be appealing to other coaches. But I don't think that Lane Kiffin would see an empty swamp and change his mind either, so maybe it doesn't matter. Any other headlines?
Fifth person has died at Disney World in Florida, with authorities confirming another fatality in less than a month.
5 people have died in a month?
Yeah, thanks to Bubba for sending this one in.
Bubba, 5 people have died in a month?
What's going on, Bubba?
What's the deal?
What's the deal with Disney World?
What's happening down there?
Well, I mean, we agreed upon yesterday that it was an underrated place, but.
Well, hold on. No. I said it was overrated, just for the record. Cody said it was underrated. I said it was overrated. But again, why are these people dying? What's happening?
2 of them were apparent suicides. This marks the latest death in a chilling string of 4 others at the resort in recent weeks. So it says they've had 2 suicides. But what are these other 3 deaths? A man in his 60s died after suffering a medical episode at the campground. Okay.
Are you saying suicide? What, people are going into Disney World and killing themselves?
That's correct. At least 2 people did.
That seems messed up.
We have a man in his 60s who suffered a medical episode, and then in late October, a 28-year-old man died by suicide after jumping from a height at the Contemporary Resort. And then on November 2nd, the sheriff's office said a woman in her 40s was transported to Celebration Hospital.
This guy said he was transported.
Where she died. The deadliest place on earth. Well, yeah. So now we got a 5th death that we don't know anything about, I guess, at this point. The details surrounding the latest incident remain unclear. But it's the 5th Disney World death in a month.
That seems high. But thank you, Bubba, for doing your job on reporting it. And thank you, Cody, for bringing it to the airwaves. People need to know. 5 people in a month seems crazy. Can we get 6? Do I hear 7? How high are we going to get here on this thing?
Someone writes in here on the comments, Disney World is basically like a medium-sized city. Of course people are going to die there. These stories are for clicks. I mean, I guess there are a lot of people there at a given time, especially over a month. Maybe it's just a numbers thing. Maybe, obviously some people are going to die. 2 suicides seems like a lot.
Does the story say? Do we know how they did it? Jump off
the one guy jumped, yeah.
Jumped off what? The Tower of Terror?
No, it just said the Contemporary Resort.
Okay, so this is at a hotel, not in the park.
At Disney's Contemporary Resort,
okay.
Whatever that is.
Okay, so I mean, you can get in the premises and there's hotels and stuff on there. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I was thinking this was actually in the park. Okay.
68 deaths at Disney World since 1971 when it opened.
Okay, so yeah, this is unique. I mean, if you're saying 67 deaths since when? 1967?
1971, 68 deaths.
Okay, so I mean, that's what? 56 years or 54 years? So that we're averaging 1.1 at most. So to have 5 in 1 month, yeah, this is a outlier. Now, again, I don't know if that the stats you have there take into account hotels, the hotels on the premises versus just the park. But still. Bubba's so proud of himself for tracking this down.
No, I was looking at. There's something else I was tracking too. Lane Kiffin, unrelated to Disney World, put out this 4-second video of this young college co-ed earlier today, and it was her birthday or whatever. And for her birthday streamers, it was hotter, older, wiser, and it's Lane, why are you posting this? But then it was his daughter's friend, which is even more Lane, why are you posting this?
I'm sure his daughter has to deal with a lot of those jokes with her friends. They're probably your dad's
But when
so
your
hot.
own father is just posting you in a seductive maid outfit, basically.
Oh, wait, what? He posted his daughter in a maid outfit?
No, his daughter's friend. Anyways, also today's 225 for his book and his quotes, and 225 is apparently the area code of Baton Rouge. Something to keep an eye on.
Does seem like the momentum has swung from Florida to LSU in Lane's circles. It does seem like there's more talk now that he's going to LSU than Florida. We'll talk a little bit about it after the break. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's Sports Talk Radio Superstation.
Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Lane Kiffin's love triangle continues as he's trying to figure out where he's going to go, what's he going to do, Ole Miss, LSU, or Florida. Sam, as we sit here on Thursday, November 20th, what's your prediction for Lane's decision?
You know, I was in the camp of him leaving, but something about like the playing stuff in the middle of the week to LSU felt fake. I'm starting to lean a little more towards him maybe just staying and just this being a whole charade, classic Lane Kiffin moment.
So when you say fake, you mean like he's doing a wrestling bit, essentially.
Yeah. But if I had to choose where he would go, I would choose LSU over Florida, I think.
You think if he does leave, you're saying you think he picks LSU?
Yeah.
Cody, where do you sit here on this subject?
I think he goes. I think if he leaves, he goes to Florida. for a good bit, I maintained I didn't think he was going to leave. I still think. I might believe that he's not going to leave.
Do you think he knows what he's going to do? Do you think he has his decision made up?
I don't know.
Sam, you're shaking your head no.
I mean, I just feel like it's hard for him to be like fully convicted in a decision of Florida LSU staying when like he's built up this Ole Miss program kind of from the ground up, and like he is just on the precipice of getting to the college football playoff and potentially making something happen. And I do think he's like a little scared of kind of maybe the repercussions of having a team that's so good in such a good position and then just kind of entertaining these offers at the same time. And knowing that, like, those jobs aren't going to sit around and wait for him all the way through a playoff run.
Yeah, to me that is the biggest thing working in Ole Miss's favor is like to do this, you have to kind of commit a cardinal sin. Like if he is going to leave and take one of these jobs, and the LSU job you could call it prestigious, the Florida one, that is the sleeping giant. I said I wouldn't call Virginia Tech a sleeping giant a couple of days ago. You can call Florida a sleeping giant, but like to do so, you have to commit a cardinal sin of coaching, which is quit on your team during a championship run. That doesn't really happen. Nor do I think it should. Like I do think it's a cardinal sin. Like I think it changes the way you look at him even more so than anything else could if he leaves his team while they're trying to win a championship. And like
it would be so lame though.
It would, but like it's lame in a bad way. Like
it feels like he's used the last 5 years to kind of like put that in the past,
change his image,
become a different person, and now he's just going to go back to the old lane if he does this.
Well, I feel
like Jamie Lannister. He goes back to Cersei at the end.
It's bad writing on that too. But like with Lane, I almost feel bad for him because I don't think that him leaving necessarily means that the character development didn't happen. Like we saw him in the bathtub with Brienne of Tarth. We saw that happen. We know that there's actual change here. But, like, bro, like, Ole Miss is Ole Miss and LSU is LSU.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'd say at the press conference.
Yeah, like,
I'd be like, sorry.
This isn't him necessarily being a weasel. This isn't him necessarily leaving, like, in the middle of the night and doing something. It's like, hey, I got a chance to be in a job that a lot of people consider a top 3 job. Some consider it the best job in the country. Like, yeah.
Well, you got to think he probably feels it's hard to know exactly how he feels, but he has built Ole Miss to a point that I feel like it would be hard to let go. Like, because all the work that he's put in, he had his 10-win seasons. He had his, we made the Orange Bowl. Okay, we made the Sugar Bowl. Like, we got to get in this playoff. And he finally gets it to the point where he's built it to being an actual championship contender. Like, Ole Miss is the number 6 team in the country, all because of Lane Kiffin.
Well, there's 2 things to that side. Like, he's also done it with the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how stable it is.
Yeah, it's a year-to-year thing.
So, like you say, he's built it up. You're 100% right. But, like, has he built it up to be sustainable?
No, but he probably finally feels like he got it right. I would say he feels like he's got a national championship contender with this team.
Yes, I think that is the case. But like I think that he knows that he'd pretty much be starting not from scratch next year, but like, hey, we got to go out, we got to keep doing this, we got to keep nailing it, and we got to keep, making sure this locker room doesn't blow up.
Right.
And if he goes to LSU or Florida, maybe he could adjust his thinking and be like, hey, actually, we can recruit high school players here and have like an actual sustained program. Like, yeah, we can still do the transfer portal and be great at that, but also we could do the other side. I can't really get high school kids to come to Ole Miss. I'd rather just spend our money on transfer portal. But here at LSU, I could do it something more sustainable. But in that same breath, he couldn't sit up there at the introductory press conference at LSU and say, hey, this is about my legacy. This is about me trying to win a national championship, yada, 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 after quitting on a team in the midst of a national championship run.
Well, that's why it's a rock and a hard place. Like, I think if either of those schools really want Lane Kiffin, maybe they have to be willing to wait on him.
You can't do that, though.
Well, I know, but if he's your big fish, if he's your white whale, he's very clearly the guy Florida wants.
But what if he keeps winning?
Yeah, but what's your backup plan?
Well, Florida's backup plan was apparently John Summerall, and that meeting got leaked yesterday, and he got mad apparently and said, never mind, not meeting anymore, not interested.
Well, I just think, like, if you are those schools, like, yeah, I know you can't wait, but also you kind of can wait.
No, not the transfer portal era.
Well, it's not worth hiring the wrong coach for the next 4 years.
You're guaranteed to hire the wrong coach if you wait too long for Lane Kiffin, though.
And if Lane
out on the cycle.
Yeah, well, it's a gamble. But if you're willing to gamble on Lane, I think you gotta do it. Maybe you get some confirmation from him, in the back channels, like, I'll come, but I got to wait. I got to coach this Ole Miss team.
Lane's not Nick Saban. And I say that just to say, like, if it's Nick Saban, especially Nick Saban in his prime, and you're Florida, yeah, I could punt 2026's transfer portal class because I know you're going to build us into a winner. Lane ain't that. Lane ain't that.
No, but look at what Florida's been through, for example. Florida has been through a similar run to Tennessee after Lane. When you just look at who the coaches have been.
Sure.
Like Billy Napier, loser. Will Muschamp, loser. Dan Mullen, not a loser, but it didn't work out.
Their good was higher than Tennessee during that stretch. You know, they did still win the East a couple times.
Yeah, even Jim McElwain won the East.
But the lows have been just as bad. I mean, like this season they're having right now is as bad of a season as Tennessee's ever had, right? Like, I mean, we had the 1-4-8 season, but even the other years we at least all won 5 games. Like, it wasn't until Butch's last year that we actually went 4-8.
Well, since Urban, they've had 4 coaches that they've had to fire. And that's just when you're in that position, I feel like you're willing to do. Like, we've heard the reports that Florida is willing to go all in on Lane.
Yeah, but to me, I can't risk coming out with a D when I could take a B plus, and just go to the bank. You know what I mean? Like, I can't risk the home run with Lane Kiffin whenever I'm passing up. A double's not bad.
I think that's hard to say, though, when you're in that position where if you truly believe Lane can be a championship coach.
If it was just Ole Miss versus Florida, okay. But it's until LSU gets – like, maybe LSU and Florida are playing chicken too, because, like, whoever backs off the Lane situation first could maybe go out and hire the best possible candidate because they'd be the most appealing job. But neither one wants to blink first until Lane makes his decision.
Well, how would you feel as a Tennessee fan? Let's say you said you would be fine with settling for a B coach, but put yourself in the shoes of, let's say we were in Florida's exact position.
I would not be banking on getting him. I would think that it was a crapshoot. Like, personally, like, if I was in Florida's position and we were coming off of 2 bad seasons in a row, fan apathy, a talented roster, but nothing like to necessarily write home about, a broken DJ Lagway, I would not think that Lane was going to pick us over his, incumbent school or LSU. I would say let's go out, let's hire the next best thing. Let's hire Brett Key.
So you would not take the gamble to get him?
No. Like, I would take the gamble for the next 3 days, 4 days. Don't get me wrong, I'm not pulling out now, but you said take this through the playoff. I think that's asinine. I think Florida, if I'm Florida, I'm pushing for a decision, same as Ole Miss is. Same as LSU is, but I'm not playing anything like super long. I'll let it play out to the Egg Bowl or whatever, but after that, like, I got to make sure I have my plan B in place. Like, and maybe Brent Key or Eli Drinkwitz is a good plan B, and you just call them and they come, and you hope that they can do something for you.
I just think back to when Tennessee had Jeremy Pruitt, and like when that apathy sets in, that's hard to come back from.
Sure,
when you start losing fans. And you just, like, you're going on your 5th straight hire that didn't work out. Like, they got to swing for the fences.
Sure. No, 100%.
And maybe you get it right with a guy who's not Lane Kiffin, but I don't know, man. Those people, they're juiced up. That's what they want.
Ole Miss has made a mistake. There's nothing really they could do about it, because they had to kind of play this game. But, like, his entire tenure, the story's been Lane Kiffin. He is the Ole Miss program. He put them on the map. He elevated them. Like, he's the main story there. If he leaves, I think they just kind of go back to the gutter. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe they'll be motivated. Maybe that's extra buyout money. They'll find a way to keep giving it to the NIL and the transfer portal, and John Summerall could come in and keep that thing rolling, yada, yada, yada. But, like, this feels like scary time for Ole Miss fans where you've been propped up, but, like, the coach is the star of the program.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Ole Miss goes right back into the can. I mean, nobody gives a damn about Ole Miss without Lane Kiffin.
Which is funny that they're trying to play tough with this ultimatum, which I don't buy for a second.
Well, no, that's just not.
If they tell Lane, you got to let us know by Sunday, and he asked them on Sunday, hey, what about Thursday? Can I let you know on Thursday?
Okay.
They're not going to say, no, you're fired.
Okay, coach.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, Lane. You do you.
I think what they mean is like, hey, once you make up your mind, under no circumstances are you still coaching this team. Like once you agree to a new job, you're out of here. You're not coaching the playoff and trying to win us a championship. You're out. That's what I think the ultimatum actually is. Or that's what it's been confused for.
So now we're thinking LSU is like if you were doing the pie chart, what do you do? LSU, Florida, Ole Miss.
I still go Ole Miss like 45%. Maybe even 51% because they're my pick. I go Ole Miss 51% because I do think it's more likely than not that he stays. So 51%, and then, I think I go 30, 31, 18.
I don't see Kiffin in the purple and gold. It feels like a weird cultural fit.
I think he's a moron if he takes the Florida job over the LSU job.
He does love Steve Spurrier.
Now, maybe that's too strong because he did coach at Florida Atlantic. Maybe he has some relationships. Maybe he's got some friends down there. Maybe, Layla's from there.
Yeah, but Gainesville is not South Florida.
No, I know, but just yada, yada. Maybe his affinity for Steve Spurrier, and he's the reason he wears visors. Maybe all that matters. Like
his daughter's boyfriend goes to LSU.
Yeah, but Layla's from Florida.
He'll get a private jet with LSU. It'll be fine.
LSU does seem like the better job. There's less competition there for those in-state kids.
That's been the dumbest thing of this Lane Kiffin watch is like, oh, Layla's touring the schools at Florida and Baton Rouge. The high school isn't going to determine what the hell Lane Kiffin does. Like, they're familiar with Gainesville. They'll figure LSU out. It's about money. But even then, I would say the money's going to be negligible. The difference in what LSU is going to pay and Florida's going to pay and Ole Miss is going to pay is probably nothing. Like they're all probably end up at the same number if they have to. Like if LSU says, "Hey, Lane, we'll pay you $14 million," Lane could go to Ole Miss and say, "Hey, give me $14 million and I stay," and they'll do it. So like the money doesn't even matter. It's just about legacy, comfortability, and like winning. But again, he loses the idea of winning when he walks away from an 11-1 team. Like that, you are winning.
I don't think you can do that. But you're saying if you're the schools, you can't wait on him. So that's a rock and a hard place. I don't know how that shakes out. I mean, because I don't think you can't walk away from a playoff team.
It would be hard to go in and recruit players at that point. Like you talk about negative recruiting. Like I don't know how you could trust Lane Kiffin to coach your kid. I don't know how you could trust him to play for him. Now maybe he'd be like, "Oh, I'm at LSU. This is home. I'm never leaving." Yada yada yada. I don't care. It would be really tough to trust him. Like I said, it's a cardinal sin to bail on your team before a championship.
For his character arc, though, for his story, I do kind of want to see it.
Like
I want to see him just bail on those Ole Miss boys.
Like NFL coordinators don't do it. They stick around. For the most part. For the most part, coaches in college football stay too, right? If a coordinator gets hired a new job, usually he'll stay and kind of work with the program, or at least half the time I feel like they do that. You finish what you started. The head coach jumping ship, that's crazy.
He has never left a place in a clean way. When you think about him leaving his jobs that he's left.
Well, that's the thing is there's no way to leave a lot of them. Like the only way to leave Tennessee is to get fired or take a new job.
But it's never been clean with Kiffin. It's always been drama.
Now, there could have been a way to leave Alabama as an OC clean.
But he didn't.
No, I know, yeah. So I agree there. But like once he made Ole Miss fall in love with him, there's no easy breakup there.
Al Davis hated him. Tennessee leaves us in the middle of the night. USC's fired on the tarmac. I mean, every job he's had, it's been a dramatic departure.
Every single thing he's built at Ole Miss will be torn down. They will hate him if he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And they should. They should. They've given him they've given him everything he wants.
Should they, though?
And he's drug it on, and he's done this publicly.
Miss. Yeah, but you're Ole Miss.
You're Ole Miss. That's fine. That's who I'm talking about, Ole Miss fans.
Yeah, but he brought you more success than you're ever going to have.
And then he took it away from you and said it wasn't good enough.
It's like Tony Vitello. We're not going to hate Tony Vitello.
If Tony Vitello went to another college instead of Tennessee, yes, I think we would have hated him. If he went to an SEC program, if he went to Arkansas or Texas, yes, Yes, I think we would have hated Tony Vitello. We would have appreciated the memories, but he would have been public enemy number one.
Yeah, but I think it's different when you're Ole Miss because I think we view ourselves on the same playing field as Arkansas and
No, we don't.
Texas.
I mean, in a way, sure, I guess. Maybe
we
now.
don't?
Yeah,
we've won more games in the 2020s than anybody.
Yeah, maybe now, but I think without Vitello, we all acknowledge Arkansas is a better job.
Yeah, but we ain't Ole Miss. We ain't Ole Miss. To me, that's the bigger
Ole Miss ain't Ole Miss, though.
Huh?
Ole Miss ain't Ole Miss
What do you
anymore.
mean by that?
It's just not – none of that old stuff in the past matters. They got money.
To an extent.
Like the stadium might not be as nice, but like they have money in the transfer portal. They have money to pay players.
Yeah, but the brand still matters. It's the reason you said like Ole Miss has Kiffin's had to build it in the transfer portal. Kind of the same thing with Indiana, right? They've built it in the transfer portal.
Do brands matter in college football anymore? Like Texas Tech's not a brand; they just got money. Ole Miss has got this real tree guy. He's willing to throw any money at it.
I think you have to look at these jobs completely differently now.
All those schools you name, though, are building it in the transfer portal, right?
Sure, but
the kids still want to go to the main schools, the brand schools. They may not stay there for 4 years.
Well, I don't even think like Ole Miss has been trying to recruit high school players. Like I don't think they're necessarily getting turned down. I mean, they came and beat us for a key safety. I mean, they were able to get, was it King Tut? They were able to beat us for him. So I mean, they do a little bit of it, but
I'm just saying, Lubbock, Texas, Ole Miss, and Indiana have all built it in the transfer portal. Like those are not destinations unless you're getting paid.
Sure, but they have the money to pay them though. I don't think people are signing up to come to Alabama or Tennessee for free. Like they're
no,
getting
but
paid
we're talking
there too.
about perception, like where you want to be ideally.
I think in 2025, Ole Miss is just as good of a job as Florida, if not better. Now LSU, maybe they supersede that a little bit. Like there are levels to it still. Like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Like Ohio State's still a better job than Indiana. But like Cignetti looked at Penn State and said, nope, I'm good.
Well, that's him. That ain't Lane. We'll see what Lane does. It is very intriguing to me. I guess we'll find out what the best job is because to me it's wherever Kiffin goes becomes the best job of those three.
I think even if Lane stays at Ole Miss, I don't think means it's a better job than LSU. But I think it means that the perception of what makes a good job has changed drastically. Like your in-state recruiting grounds, your facilities, none of that really matters as much anymore, if that's the case.
I think in-state recruiting still matters.
Sure, but I'm saying not as much as it used to. That used to be one of the main key factors.
Maybe not facilities. Yeah, you're right. Like you don't have to have that waterfall in the locker room anymore.
Yeah.
I spend that money on players.
I think in 2025 and moving forward, the number one thing that makes a job is maybe conference, like maybe a pipeline to the NFL. And then like money. How much can you pay me? How much can you invest in a roster? I guess I should say. Like how much can you actually like get to build a roster? That to me are the three things that make the job. Those are three factors that have the arrows pointing up in terms of importance.
If you're Kiffin, you probably got to be thinking though that you have a much better setup to win a national championship at an LSU than you would Ole Miss.
Sure.
Just the quality of players you can get in an easier fashion.
Sure, but again, like that turns into a crazy argument. It's not wrong, but it turns into a crazy argument when you're walking away from a chance to win a national championship.
I know, yeah. But just setting yourself up long-term success. Because like you said, next year, how sustainable is it at Ole Miss?
Yeah.
And to have to be that general manager every year trying to figure out, well, how much do we have to pay this kid to get him in here? And LSU, it's just easier. I think it would be easier to build it from a program standpoint. Talking, over 10 years versus year to year. It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do.
We'll find out when we find out. But those reporters were grilling him. He did not seem like he was having a good time there. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, Born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby, and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Here, here! To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Here, here! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Here, here!
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
And if the beat live, real high girl.
Lane Kiffin shared, at the end of the day, we are all looking for a soft place to land. Arms that want to hold us, and someone who is willing to listen. We all just want to be loved. We all just want to be known. Remember that when you are struggling to understand someone, find compassion. We are not so different on the inside, although the surface may tell a different story. See, that would make me so mad if I'm an Ole Miss fan. That's the type of stuff that would drive me crazy. You got your MySpace top 8 ready?
I think it would drive me crazy more having Houston Nutt as my coach.
Well, that's probably fair.
Going 3-9 and, Ole Miss's history. I mean, it's just, they have always sucked. I mean, they were Vanderbilt before. They had a couple, Eli Manning, like they had a couple of years here and there, but before Kiffin, I mean, they were basically Vanderbilt. What were you saying?
Apparently 225 is the Baton Rouge area code, so people are saying, hey, this day 225, interesting. That's the Baton Rouge area code.
Oh, hell.
Connect the dots. Like Sam said, the best wrestling performance here is to pretend like you're leaving, then stay, and that will ultimately be your recruiting pitch to everyone for the rest of time. Hey, I got recruited by LSU. I got recruited by Florida. They let me inside their program. I saw their finances. I saw the fan base. I saw the administration. Everything we got here at Ole Miss is better. # come to the SIP.
That's a pretty good message if that's what he chooses to do.
I looked at LSU. I saw everything they have to offer. We got the same stuff here at Mississippi. And that would be a pretty good chess move.
But then you got to think, if he doesn't take either one of these jobs, then does Lane Kiffin just grow old in Oxford, Mississippi?
That is part of the discussion I had with Jesse Simonson over on Slow Mesh. You can check out that podcast after this radio show. But, he said, because I thought the same thing, does this mean he's in for the long haul except the NFL? He's like, no, man. He's like, Texas could come open. Alabama could come open, and we could do this all again.
He is always probably going to be the hottest candidate. As long as he's still winning. And
as long as he's still winning, as long as he's still at Ole Miss, because Ole Miss, like you said, is always going to feel like a place that you could pluck a coach from.
Right. The big boys will always think they can.
Right.
Maybe if Tennessee comes open again someday.
My question is how long this takes, when we get an answer, and then how quickly do schools try to talk themselves into the Eli Drinkowitzes of the world?
Oh, man.
Because he's probably sitting there licking his chops just waiting. Hey, there are 3 openings right now.
Yeah, we hadn't really heard him talk about how much he loves Missouri.
And 2 of them are big upgrades over Missouri, and 2 of them, out of those 2, one of them will have to call me.
I wouldn't want that guy.
Would you rather have him or John Sumrall? The Tulane coach.
Give me the Tulane coach. Something about Drinkwitz, man. He just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is.
Would you rather have Drinkwitz or Sumrall
at LSU or just
we'll just say it. We'll say it.
Job.
We'll say it. Florida. Since Sumrall was linked to Florida and Drinkwitz has been linked to Florida.
Pains me to say it, but I think I might take Drinkwitz.
I think he's a good coach. I don't like him.
I don't like him either.
I don't like anything about him. I can't stand the guy, really.
No, but his proven track record, or at least his track record at Missouri, that he's won games, he's coaching the SEC. I think that matters more than Sumrall's time at Tulane.
Sure. Has he been that good at Missouri?
I don't know. I don't know if he has or not.
He has wins, obviously.
He doesn't beat anybody.
Yeah, he ain't beating nobody.
But, he's elevated the ceiling of that program.
I don't know, man. Gary Pinkel, they won the East back-to-back years back in when they first joined the conference. Gary Pinkel had him at a pretty good spot.
He's got him out of the mud. He's got him out of, the death spiral they were in, because they were trending towards being, obsolete after Pinkel.
Yeah.
He did fix that.
Barry Odom.
That
run there. He didn't do much.
That was a disaster. So, I will say he has at least got them back to a C+, B- type of job, maybe even a B type of job, where they were trending towards D, F. Why do we ever leave the Big 12?
It makes me so damn mad that they came into the East and won it 2 straight years, and then those McElwain Florida teams won it. That's how bad how down the East was, and we still hadn't won the damn thing since 2007.
Well,
it's just pitiful.
We were having to play Georgia, Florida, and Alabama every year.
I know.
Nobody else was having to do that.
I know. We had a built-in conference loss every year to Nick Saban that no one else had to deal with except Auburn. Auburn,
the whole West did at that time. But I'm saying,
what I meant by that was Auburn had
to play Georgia as well.
Georgia and Georgia and Alabama. But that was pre-Kirby, so you didn't really look at Georgia the same way then.
No, but you looked at Florida that way for a while. So maybe LSU felt pretty bad, but LSU had the resources to fight. We had 3 teams that, again, maybe Georgia wasn't at that level, but they were still pretty damn good during that stretch.
Georgia was still – they would still make Atlanta and still win an SEC championship from time to time.
I don't know if Drinkwitz is how good he is. I mean, his first 3 seasons there, 5-5, 6-7, 6-7. But then, I mean, in the last 2 years, he's gone 11-2 and 10-3, and looks like he'll go at least 8-4 this year, maybe 9-3. If he goes 9-3, that'd be a good job because that means they've beaten Oklahoma on the road. That doesn't really happen at Missouri, so I mean, like that would be a big win.
Where's the Summerall fella from?
You mean like where's he hail from, or where's he coaching, or what do you mean?
Yeah, well, I know he's coaching. I'm not a complete malouk, but where's he from? What kind of is he, like a Louisiana guy?
Texas.
Yeah, he's from Texarkana, Texas.
Texarkana. You ever heard
Then played at Kentucky. So like Kentucky tries to claim him too as a Kentucky guy, which they're probably kicking themselves. Although Stoops is maybe going to rally those boys to a bowl game, which kind of seems crazy. If they can beat Vandy or Louisville, they can still get to 7-5, maybe 6-6.
You know, REM has a song called Texarkana. You ever heard it? Texarkana by REM.
I mean, is it a hit?
I'd say it's one of their bigger songs. Is that true? I don't know. I don't think it's a hit. No, it's not a hit.
Then no, I probably haven't heard it.
Is it a top 10 REM song? I don't know, actually.
Top 10?
REM song? What's your favorite REM song? You ever hear Electrolyte? That's a good REM song, too.
I like Losing My Religion.
Yeah.
But my favorite song is the Man on the Moon song about Andy Kaufman.
Andy, did you hear about this one?
Yeah, that's my favorite REM song.
I like that song, too.
Tell me, are you locked in in the punch? Are you goofing on Elvis? Hey. That's my favorite REM song.
Yeah, I like that song, too.
Everybody hurts. I listen to that one when I'm sad.
I don't like that one as much.
No, just when I'm sad. Bubba, what's your favorite REM song?
Good question.
What are their other top, what would you consider the top 5 REM songs?
Losing My Religion, like we said.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any of the other ones. I'm looking at a list right now.
I don't know that much about them, but I do like.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Oh yeah. I like that one.
That's a hit for sure. I do like a handful of their songs. Anyway, they had a song called Texarkana. It's not really even about Texarkana, but it's called Texarkana.
Why do they have a song about Andy Kaufman? Why did they make that song?
I don't know. That's a weird one too.
Because I used to think they did it like around because I was young, so like I thought it came out the same time the movie did. But no, this says this came out in 1992. Why the hell are they singing about Andy Kaufman in 1992?
Did you like Andy Kaufman?
I don't really know much about him outside of the movie. I liked the movie with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like he would be my type of comedian, like knowing what I know about him. Like he'd just go on a show and just read the dictionary or something, like and just read a book.
He's very odd.
Yeah, like I think he'd be
character.
I like his bits. Like I like those type of comedians. Like he's got, I would say that he's got a lot of Nathan Fielder. Nathan Fielder gets a lot of inspiration. Like those type of comedians get probably a lot of inspiration from him. So I think I would. But I'm not gonna act like I was a big fan. I wasn't alive. But I can appreciate him dressing up in costumes and playing different characters and like people not knowing if he was ever being serious or not. The wrestling stuff, I think I would have ate up, where he was going around, wrestling women.
Yeah.
And Jerry Lawler and like going on TV shows in neck braces, like saying he broke his neck with a pile driver. Like, I think I would have ate that stuff up.
There was a whole big rivalry, right? With Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, because he'd go around and he'd wrestle women and beat up women in towns. So then Jerry Lawler was saying he was a punk and blah blah blah. And then they had a match and he pile drove him and hurt his neck. And then Coffin was saying he was going to sue him and you didn't know if it was real or not. So yeah. I like the movie. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. We'll get a MySpace top 8 power rankings coming up before the NFL game. Maybe a parlay. Stick with us. Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Ay. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio. Talk Sports said not in my house. I ain't talking to Kim, babe. John and Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we ain't making new friends.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines is brought to you by SM Athletics. If you have a logo and you need to put it on merchandise or some promotional items, give us a call at SM Athletics. If you got a sports team like Bubba's, maybe you guys needed some jerseys, Bubba. You ever thought about getting some custom-made jerseys for your softball league?
I mean, we do have a custom jersey, but we're getting new ones, though.
I mean, cool ones, new ones here at SM Athletics. You give us a call, okay, at 865-966-3434. Bubba, you got my information. You can just reach out to me personally. I'll try to get you in some good, nice new jerseys because we do sports stuff here, too. Basketball season is upon us. Baseball season's right around the corner. If you have a youth team and you need some gear, some equipment, give us a shout. All right, hour 3 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Just looking at the front page of TMZ, I mentioned Kevin Spacey earlier. Hadn't even seen this story. Kevin Spacey says that he's currently homeless because of his bleak financial situation following his sexual assault scandals.
I feel like I saw this go viral like last year or maybe earlier this year where he said he was facing homelessness. So I guess he's now officially homeless. He had said he was like headed towards homelessness.
I mean, it's not funny, but it kind of is, you know. It's, guy was on top of the world. You're homeless now? I mean, the Scorsese could really make a film about this guy. The rise and fall.
Scorsese.
I don't like when you do that.
If you're going to be a fan, at least say his name right.
Nobody says that.
Leonardo DiCaprio does, and Leo holds him in high regard.
Let's not make Leonardo DiCaprio the standard for what's right and wrong in pronunciation.
There's nothing wrong with what Leo does.
What about with what Kevin Spacey did?
Yeah, I didn't like Kevin Spacey. I never liked Kevin Spacey. I always knew that there was something off about that guy.
I thought he was a great actor. He may have been a little too close to the.
I don't think he was acting.
Yeah, that's the thing. He might have been a little too close to the character. But he sat down for a wide-ranging interview with the Telegraph. What is a wide-ranging interview? You hear that sometimes, you know. He did a wide-ranging interview.
I guess it just means a range of topics.
What about a narrow-ranging interview?
That would just be about one thing. Like, I'm just going to ask you nonstop questions about House of Cards. That would be a narrow-ranging.
But you never see that, you know. Anyway, when the conversation turned to his living situation, Kevin Spacey, it says, didn't pull any punches. He said he had been living in Baltimore for the past 12 years, but recently had to move out of his house because he has almost no money coming in because of the astronomical cost of his scandals, admitting, quote, I literally have no home. Now, he's probably not homeless in the sense that we think of homeless.
He's not out on the streets. He might be renting some hotel rooms or renting an apartment or something, but like he's not homeless.
Yeah.
But he probably had to get rid of the mansion. Yeah, he probably ain't got no money coming in to pay for all of his bills. And I imagine his legal trouble has led to a lot of lawyer costs. I imagine he spent a lot of money.
It is wild thinking he's just out here living in an apartment, though, like a regular old. Yeah, that's my neighbor, Kevin. Yeah, he's
kind of creepy.
Yeah, he's kind of creepy, but, you know, he keeps to himself. He was eventually cleared of any wrongdoing at the trial. Yet the stigma of 7 years of bad press still hangs over Spacey to this day.
No banana today, Sam? It's Apple Day?
Ran out of bananas. Got to go to the store today, so I got an apple.
I was going to comment on that, too. I noticed he had an apple.
Who the hell does this guy think he is?
He's really changing it up on us.
Yeah. Ran out of bananas yesterday. Didn't get to the store.
How do you run out of bananas?
Eat the last one.
I ate the last one.
Yeah.
Had a few apples left over, though, so.
Well, the basketball boys are in action tonight. They play Tennessee is it State or Tech? State. Tennessee State.
Yeah.
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 Another one of these bum-ass games before we play real competition.
We're getting ready to get into some real competition, a lot of it. So the next month's going to be fun. This is the last tune-up before it gets good. I'm excited. I'm ready to get into the basketball team. I'm ready to see what the boys are made of.
Yeah, me too. Kim Kardashian says she's bummed and frustrated after failing the bar exam. I'll get it next time, she says.
Why is she trying to complete the bar?
She wants to be a lawyer.
Who the hell would want Kim Kardashian as their lawyer? She's a dumbass.
She got pretty good lawyer. She comes from a pretty good bloodline.
Her dad got OJ off, brother.
I know, it ain't her. It ain't her.
She did something 5, 6, 7 years ago at some point where she was helping some. Was it a mom she was helping? She was helping somebody, like, basically she's trying to lead some like prison reform, and somebody had been incarcerated that shouldn't have been, and she like did some pretty good work, I think, in getting them free. And I think that got the itch of her wanting to do this. And I think now she just has a personal goal of getting her passing the bar. Like, I don't think she actually wants to practice and like go into the courtroom or whatever, but you could call it a vanity project of like, hey, look at me, I'm a lawyer. Or you could say that maybe she feels some type of, like Cody said, law running through her veins. Maybe it's a way to kind of honor her dad, but I kind of like that she's trying. Now, like a month ago, she said that she puts all of her stuff through Chat GPT and like AI and like how some of it's wrong and it makes her do her homework bad. So like That's bad. That's stupid. But I do think it's endearing that she's trying. I kind of be happy for her if she passes. And that's just because I'm thinking maybe she's trying to honor her dad by doing it. So sucks for her. She failed. But she gets to try again.
I think she should become like a public defender.
I mean, that'd be interesting.
Think about how doomed you would feel if you're like, oh, great, I've got Kim Kardashian as my lawyer.
You know, I think I'd be excited at Kim Kardashian to be my public defender because at the very least, maybe you could win her over and she would help you with some money. Like if you felt like at least if you were innocent or at least like in a bad situation, maybe you could really sell her on like, yeah, my family's in trouble, and maybe she puts them on like a scholarship or something. Maybe all of a sudden you get a couple grand coming in a month. Maybe she makes your story go viral or something. I don't know.
Have you guys seen the conspiracy theory about Trump and Bill Clinton? Have you seen that going around?
Epstein's brother came out and said Bubba is not Bill Clinton. The Bubba that President Trump apparently pleased sexually was not Bill Clinton. Now, the Epstein's brother did not come out and say there is no Bubba. He just said Bubba is not Bill Clinton.
Bubba is a well-known nickname for Bill Clinton, which sparked a conspiracy theory that that President Trump provided oral sex to Bill Clinton at one point on Epstein's Island. That was the theory going around.
Epstein's brother came out and said that was not Bill Clinton. Now, I don't know who Bubba is.
I don't either.
The New York Magazine says to many it was an obvious joke because in March 2018 there were questions about whether the Russians had footage of Trump engaging in taboo sex acts as being very much part of the national conversation.
Right.
The whole Russian not scandal, but whatever, that election interference or whatever. So they're saying it's just a joke. But I don't know. I wasn't even aware of this.
You missed it? It was all over my timeline this weekend.
I had dinner with my friends last night, and they asked me if I'd heard about it. And I was like, no, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah.
Your side of the internet must have blacklisted that. It said, like, hey, we're not talking about this.
We ain't painting President Trump in that light. Yeah. Lamar Jackson has missed practice with an ankle injury. Another week, another injury for the Ravens quarterback. They need him on the field.
Damaged goods. What'd you say was wrong with him?
Ankle.
Well, that's not good. He's not going to be able to run around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last week he missed Wednesday's practice with a knee soreness. Oh, by the way, have we heard anything on J.P. Estrella?
Yes.
Is he all right?
We talked about it yesterday at the end of the show. Bone bruise.
Oh, yes. But he's okay.
Well, his bones are bruised, but otherwise he's all right.
Jalen Hurts says he won't run away from Eagles' reported frustration with him.
Nope, he'll just stand there and let them push him towards
the
conversation.
Yeah. I see what you did there. I'm not surprised by anything. It's the nature of this position, Hurts said. I put my energy and focus into trying to go out there and do my best. Some players have grown frustrated by Jalen Hurts' approach to this season, says The Athletic, specifically when it comes to his hesitancy to throw the ball into tight windows against zone coverage. The frustration stems primarily from Hurts playing his game instead of taking what is discussed during the week and transitioning it to game day. So I guess, according to The Athletic, some of his teammates are a little frustrated about his freestyling out there. They want him to stick to the game plan a little more.
Be on script.
Which he is, kind of an improviser. So, I mean, that makes sense.
Any other headlines?
Oh, there's a lot of them, yeah.
Any good ones?
Joe Burrow's a step closer to returning with practice listing.
That's good. I'm glad Joe Burrow could come back after taking 2 months off for an injury that most people play through. Good job by Joe.
Finally be bothered to play.
Yeah, glad he could finally be bothered to show up once Joe Flacco was getting ready to take his job. Once Joe Flacco showed how easy it is to be the Bengals quarterback, Burrow's like, oh, damn, I better get back in there and play.
James Franklin says Virginia Tech must act like a big-time program.
A.K.A. give me some money.
And Dylan Rayola's brother Dayton has decommitted from Nebraska. So there will not be a second Rayola brother as a Nebraska quarterback.
Damn, Dylan's more and more like Patrick every day. Getting rid of the loser brother, keeping him far away from him.
Last one for you. Apple announced the most popular podcasts of 2025 on Tuesday with Joe Rogan leading the way.
Still.
Yet again.
Joe's still at the top.
He's still at the top.
Do you still listen to him?
I've never listened to Joe Rogan. I don't know why you.
Sam, do you still listen to him?
The average Joe Rogan listener. I like Joey Diaz on there.
Honestly, couldn't tell you the last Joe Rogan episode I've listened to.
Bubba, you still listen to that to get your alpha male takes and advice?
Nah, I think the last one I listened to was like Bob Lazar, like years ago.
Yeah.
You guys interested in the top 10 at all?
Sure.
Number 1, Joe Rogan. Number 2, The Daily.
Is it like NPR's like Daily News, or what is that?
Must be, yeah, something like that. Although I thought NPR lost their funding. Number 3, the Mel Robbins podcast.
Mel Robbins? Who the hell is Mel Robbins?
I don't know.
Mark Maron better be on here.
Number 4, Crime Junkie.
Mel Robbins. This woman has the second or third biggest?
Third, apparently.
She's known for her TED Talk, How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over, and her books, The 5-Second Rule, The High Five Habit, The Let Them Theory. Okay. Seems like she's a pretty good self-help person, a pretty good advice giver.
Number 4, Crime Junkie. I have heard of that one. Number 5, Dateline NBC. Number 6, Smartless. Smartless?
I've heard of that one.
I've listened to that before.
I haven't heard of that one.
Which one's the Smartless podcast? That's the one with
with Bateman and
that's Bateman and Will Arnett. Okay, yeah.
Number 7, Call Her Daddy. Heard of that one. Number 8, This American Life. Number 9, The Huberman Lab. Andrew Huberman working his way into the top 10. You guys heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
He's a big, testosterone guy too. He's one of these like,
we're gonna change your brain.
Eat meat and do zins. That's kind of his whole thing. And then number 10, the Ezra Klein Show, whatever that is.
Wow.
So those are your top 10 podcasts. I guess we're getting pretty close to the calendar. The Spotify, the Wrapped should be coming soon.
Oh, mine's gonna be terrible because they kicked me off of Spotify. Halfway through the year.
Is Huberman the guy that's like, I have 7 days a week in my brain compared to your standard day?
No, but it's
he
similar.
breaks his days into 8-hour increments instead of 24 hours. He has 3 days in one.
Yeah.
That's not him, but that is kind of his vibe, sort of. He's one of those like alpha male type of, one of those kind of guys. He's a professor. He's a doctor. I think at Stanford.
Mm-hmm. I think Huberman's more of the guy that's like, eat these mushrooms and your brain's going to be rewired for the better.
Yeah. I've watched a few of his videos.
Associate Professor of Neurobiology and Ophthalmology.
What is
weird
it?
Word. OPHTHALMOLOGY.
You lost me at L. Oh.
I got 2 this days in history for you. 1945 or 19... what was the other one? Where'd it go? 1982.
Which one's more gettable?
Well, I think 45 is more gettable.
All right, let's go with that one. Did
Coward.
Did it have to do with World War II?
Uh-huh.
Did it end?
World War II is over, but no, not on this day in history.
1945 November. Is this when? It's not when Hitler went into Russia.
No,
that was earlier.
No, 45 is the end of the war. I mean, like the war is over by 45.
Was this the Nuremberg trials?
Yeah.
24
high-ranking Nazis go on trial in Nuremberg, Germany, for their atrocities committed. They were conducted by an international tribunal made up of representatives of the U.S., the Soviet Union, France, and Great Britain. How is it a tribunal, but there's 4 countries? Isn't tribunal, doesn't that imply 3? I guess it's a tribunal. It doesn't have to have 3.
I don't know.
I guess when I hear tribunal, I think of 3 because of tri, but maybe it's.
I could see the logic there.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't have to be 3 people. It's the first trial of its kind in history, and the defendants face charges ranging from crimes against peace to crimes of war to crimes against humanity. The British member presided over the proceedings, which lasted 10 months.
Herman Goring covered his face during the trial because he was so ashamed he didn't want to be seen. He covered his face. But of course, everyone knew it was Goring. He was one of Hitler's top. It was Goring and Himmler, and then Goebbels, the propaganda minister.
12 architects were sentenced to death. 7 others were sentenced to prison terms ranging from 10 years to life, and 3 were acquitted. How about that?
Yeah, they talked about that in the documentary I watched. They did go through the whole like due process of it, and like it showed that the ones that were acquitted were like they actually went through the legal process. And one of the guys that was acquitted tried to stop Hitler. Basically, he was like one of his right hand guys, and he kind of stood up to him, and like it was kind of a hard thing to do.
Sure,
I don't know if you are aware, but Hitler had kind of like anger issues.
He had a lot of power too,
and like a lot of guys were they couldn't stand up to him. I mean, you couldn't.
A lot of yes men around him.
Yeah, and there were guys. Some of those Nazis were like, I don't know, Mister. I don't know if we should be 6 million seems like a lot. But you couldn't really. I mean, he'd just execute you on the spot. Like,
well, I was going to say, it's kind of wild to me that this guy was acquitted. Like, he didn't get killed after standing up. I guess he had enough respect or enough standing to survive.
Hitler's, the guy I'm thinking of was like his architect, and Hitler had a major infatuation with architecture and like art. Like he loved this guy. I forget the guy's name, but he was a good-looking guy. They talk about him a lot in the documentary.
Yeah, it doesn't put the names here. It just says 3 people were acquitted.
Yeah.
The other one was Cal Stanford. The band is on the field.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
You might have been able to get there, but you got to Nuremberg pretty quickly.
Well, I just watched that documentary, so that helps.
What was the name of the documentary? You don't remember?
I don't even know. It was just like it was mainly just a big thing about Hitler.
Well,
like
there is a
6
movie.
episodes.
There is a movie out right now called Nuremberg, right?
I think it's The Rise and Fall of Hitler is what I watched.
Yeah, there's an actual movie out right now of Russell Crowe and Michael Shannon called Nuremberg, like that is about this. Which I went to the movies last night. Nobody asked me about my night because no one ever cares how I am or what I did. But I went to see the new Glenn Powell movie, Running Man, the Stephen King adaptation.
Glenn Powell.
It is all right. This is some decent action.
Glenn Powell sounds like he should be the Secretary of State.
Josh Brolin was cool in it.
Oh, that's what this guy looks like?
Glenn Powell? You've never seen him before?
Is he just like Hollywood's version of, Brad Pitt's getting old? So
yeah, that's what the whole rejoin was about, him becoming the next leading man. Yeah, that's exactly what.
Here's your new ladies' man. I mean,
yeah.
he looks like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the rom-com with Sydney Sweeney, and everyone's like, oh, man, nice. Yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Okay, well, we'll talk some NFL coming up next. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, 0 carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service, 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Rankings. 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 Rankings.
I was going to give you a little bit more time, Cody. I was going to ease into the NFL conversation, but Sam said, no, it is time. The people have waited long enough. It is Thursday. Usually we do our power rankings, MySpace top 8 on Tuesday. You've had extra time. The people need your top 8. What you got? Oh, he's choked up.
Thank you, John.
He's choked up just thinking about it.
Thank you, John. Number 8, we are going to go with the Detroit Lions. They get the nod over the Bears because both of them, the Bears are a 3-loss team, whereas the Lions, the Lions keep taking L's, but you've sold me on you're like the Nazi propaganda minister when it comes
Whoa. I don't agree with that. I am not like him.
When it comes to the Lions is what I was going to say.
And just for the record, I came in on Monday and said, I'm kind of slowing down the Lions because their offensive line is kind of in shambles and they can't block the good teams.
Yeah, but
just
for
the record.
When I think of those two teams on the field together, I always think of the Lions winning.
Yeah.
Like
if the Lions will kick the Bears' ass if that's what you're thinking. They beat them 52-21 earlier this year.
That's what I'm thinking, just for my number 8 slot.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going with.
Well, the Lions are better than the Bears.
Okay.
Their offensive line is going to be an issue against the Eagles and against the Vikings and maybe the Rams or something. But the Bears, no. They'll kick the Bears' ass. They already have done that.
Thanks to the YouTuber, by the way, for writing in. Albert Speer was the architect that I was thinking of. Hitler's. He was one of the guys who got off there for his some of the things he did. So anyway, number 8, we're going to go with the Lions. Number 7, we're going to go with the Broncos. I guess I have trouble putting the Broncos.
The 9-2 Broncos coming in at number 7.
I know. The way that they win is ugly. I have trouble putting them ahead of these other 2-loss teams. And even the 3-loss Bills and Seahawks, who, spoiler alert, but they'll be coming up soon in the power rankings. I have trouble, and I like Denver. I like Denver a lot. I like Bo Nix. I like Sean Payton. I like just Denver as a vibe, like those games there. You got the altitude. It's hard to come in here and they did just beat the Chiefs, who are now 5-5, and probably your number 1 team. So it's hard to. For me, though, just given the ugly way they win, like if the Broncos played the Jets tomorrow, that game would be like 20-19.
Well, they played them not too long ago. They played them a couple weeks ago, and it was like a field goal game.
Well, there you go. They're an ugly winner, but they are a winner. I'll put them at number 7.
That's a nice win against the Chiefs, though.
Number 6, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills, simply because I'm putting the Pats at 5. Pats got the head-to-head over the Bills. Now, who do I trust long-term? Vrabel's Patriots versus McDermott's Bills. Josh Allen versus Drake May. I know you guys love your Drake May. He's having a great year. But the Patriots are kind of schedule merchants. With that said, because of their head-to-head win, and that game was in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
I'll give them the edge. So Bills 6, Patriots 5. Oh, no, I've lost us. Oh, no, we're good. Okay. Number 4, I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I moved them back. They were my number 1 team last week, but they lost head-to-head to the Rams. So we're putting them back at number 4 this week. You got to be punished for that loss. Number 3, we're going to go with the Indianapolis Colts. They keep winning. They keep doing their job. But my 1 and 2 teams right now are the Rams and the Eagles. And I'll give the Eagles the benefit of the doubt at number 1. Although it feels gross, but gross is the name of the game when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I got Eagles 1, Rams 2, Colts 3, and then, yeah, you heard the rest.
I got no real notes on yours. I agree with what you said about the Broncos being gross. They're 9-2. Looking at their schedule, they'll probably be 11-2, and we still won't be able to be very confident in them.
All these teams are gross in one way or another.
Well, it's crazy because the Broncos, their only 2 losses were the game against the Colts in week 2 that they got kind of, I don't want to say screwed, but like the Colts missed a field goal at the end that would have lost the game, but they got a flag thrown and then made the re-kick, and they lost to the Chargers by 3 in week 3. They've then reeled off a whole bunch of wins in a row. But with that being said, I don't like watching Bo Nix this year. Bo Nix kind of sucks this year. He's not very good.
All these teams have their flaws. They're all ugly in some way or another.
Yeah, my top 5 I don't feel great about. Number 5, I got the Buffalo Bills. I do like the message they're sending of like, hey, we're just going to bench Keon Coleman. We're tired of trying to make this work. They benched him last week. They're benching him this week, too. I don't think he's going to be active this week either. They play tonight against the number 1 defense, the Houston Texans. That should be a fun game, or at least a competitive. Davis Mills can't be in a fun game. Never mind. I got the Bills at 5, though. Josh Allen, him and that beautiful Haley Steinfeld. Good for them. Great couple. Number 4, I didn't drop him out of the top 5, Cody, but I took him out of the number 1 spot. I got the Chiefs at 4.
At 5-5.
I'm not falling for it. They're going to just remember who didn't give up on them when they end up at 12-5.
It's going to be funny when they miss the playoffs.
When they reel off 7 wins in a row, or at least go 6-1 down the stretch. Just remember, their schedule's pretty easy. I don't know if you look at their schedule.
That team, though.
The schedule they have, Cody, they play I'm
about to look at
the Colts at home this week, at Dallas, home for Houston, home for the Chargers, at Tennessee, home for Denver, at Vegas.
I don't call that easy. I mean, Tennessee and Vegas.
Every one of their games is at home, though. Like their road games down the stretch are at Dallas, at Tennessee, and at Vegas.
That game at Dallas is perfectly losable.
I'll take Kansas City on Thanksgiving against Dallas. You could take Dallas if you want. I'll take Kansas City.
You think they win the next 2? Because I'd say they split.
No, they're winning the next 2. They're not going to lose at home to Indianapolis, and they're not going to lose at Dallas. They are going to go at least 6-1 down the stretch. They are going to finish at least 11-6.
I don't know about that.
You ain't got to know about it. Just sit back and wait. They'll be at least 11-6. Miss the damn.
So you're saying they're going to go 6-1 these last 7 games?
At least 6-1. I think they could go 7-0.
You willing to put that on the board?
6-1? Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take 6-1 on the board. Yeah.
I'll say they're 5-2 or worse.
Okay. Bubba, write it down and put it on the board. Number 3, the Seahawks. Number 2, the Eagles. Number 1, the Rams. Rams and Eagles played a good game earlier this year. The The Rams lost on a blocked field goal after storming back. Actually, they didn't storm back. They got up to a big lead, and then the Eagles stormed back. But then the Rams were going to win it, but then they got a field goal blocked. I still think they are better than the Eagles, but I give the Eagles respect. I think the Rams match up good with the Eagles. I got the Rams as the best team in the league right now. Sam, Bubba, your thoughts. Do you have any critiques other than the Chiefs? Don't say anything about the Chiefs because I understand they don't have the resume to be the fourth best team, but I'm not giving up on them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think it's tough to jumble, like to separate some of these teams at the top. It does feel like they're still just kind of a big old jumble. I'm a Rams guy at 1 myself. Feel like Eagles, Seahawks, Colts. Those are kind of my next couple.
Yeah. Good luck putting the Colts over the Chiefs.
Yeah,
it actually matters.
I'm with you. I feel like if they get in there, obviously it's going to be.
I mean, this week is the telltale sign.
It will be.
Yeah.
All right, it will be. And if the Colts beat them, Bubba, I'll come in and I'll put the Colts in my top 5.
Also,
I'll put them in.
John, you didn't put the Patriots though.
Yeah, I don't buy the Patriots as a top 5 team. Maybe that's wrong. They did beat Buffalo head to head, but do we actually think they're better than Buffalo?
Well, it depends if you're projecting or if you're talking about like what we've seen. Because
I'm doing some projecting in mine.
Well, like when you say when it matters, do we think New England is going to beat Buffalo? I think I'd take Buffalo, but I don't know. That Buffalo team doesn't seem nearly as good this year.
I think the Mike Vrabel knows how to coach Josh Allen. I think that matters, or coach against him. So I do think the Patriots could beat them and sweep them and beat them, but I'm looking more so at the rest of the league. I would trust the Bills to match up with other teams in the league more than the Chiefs, or more than the Patriots. But that's fair. That'd probably be my number 6, Bubba.
Who do you think is better between the 49ers and the Chargers?
At this point,
yes.
I can't trust the Chargers with no tackles. Their offensive line's decimated. So I got to go with the 49ers, which, I mean, I know they're really banged up too, but the Chargers just can't block. Like you saw, that's why Jacksonville just kind of whipped their ass. Like, I don't buy the Chargers as a legitimate, really good team.
The Chargers are weirdly 7-4.
Yeah, they are, but when you watch them, like I said, after their injuries, they can't block. Like they're not a legitimate threat, in my opinion.
I mean, getting blown out by Jacksonville, and they got a loss to the Giants and a loss to the Commanders, but they're sitting there at 7-4 somehow.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Denver. But they beat Denver, they beat Kansas City week 1, and was that in Brazil? Outside of that, they ain't really beating nobody. They beat up Carson Wentz and the Vikings. They beat up Pittsburgh, the Titans, the Dolphins, and Vegas. So they got 2 good wins, I would say, between Kansas City and Denver. Maybe if you want to count that Pittsburgh one as good since it was a beatdown, but
they'll probably beat Vegas again. If they can beat Houston week 17, that puts them at 9 wins. And then they got games against Denver, Dallas, Kansas City, and Philly. I mean,
it's a pretty tough stretch, though.
It is a tough stretch, but if they could find a way to get to 10, I mean, that's
I just don't see them being able to block even Dallas's defensive line. Now they went and got Quinnen Williams. I just don't see them even be able to really block Dallas's defensive line. Dallas's defense might be able to survive against the Chargers the way they play. Sam, you cooked up any parlay winners for us tonight? You got any legs you want to share?
Khalil Shakir is going to score.
Khalil Shakir is going to score?
Mm-hmm. That's what became a father.
What if he's not getting a lot of sleep at home?
Dad powers. Dad strength.
Okay. Khalil Shakir. Cody, what is your – or Shakir. Cody, what is your –
Tupac Shakir. What's the game?
You don't know what the damn game is? Why am I supposed to take a leg of what you say seriously? The Bills and Texans.
The Bills and Texans?
In Houston on the turf.
The under.
The Bills did beat up Josh Allen last year. This was a weird game last year. Do you guys remember that? That was
the Bills beat up Josh Allen. What did you do in the locker room?
The Texans beat up the Bills and Josh Allen last year. You know what the hell I meant.
Give me the under.
That was an ugly game last year. I want to say Josh Allen threw like 100 yards last year in this game. Yeah, 130 yards. And that was a game where McDermott lost his mind and went for a fourth down or he did something really dumb in that game, I remember.
Well, given that information, plus you said the Texans have the number 1 defense, plus it's on Thursday night, give me the under.
Under 43.5. I like that. Yeah, last year the Bills got the ball back with 30 seconds left. On their own 3-yard line, they went incomplete pass, punt, and gave the ball back to the Texans, and they just hit a 5-yard pass, then kicked a field goal for the win. That was really, really bad coaching by McDermott last year. Okay, so you like the under. Okay, I like playing a touchdown and the under. All right, Bubba, what you got?
That should be good for the odds.
Bubba, what you got?
I'm struggling to pick between two, John.
Bubba, pick out something.
James Cook under.
James Cook under?
Rush yards.
Okay, I don't hate it. That's a good run defense he's going up against.
How many yards is it?
73.5 is what I got mine as.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that seems like a big number, doesn't it?
I like it, Bubba. I like it. Under 74.5 right here is what I'm looking at. So either way, under 73, under 74. Okay, I like that. What's going to be mine? Let's see here. Receiving. Give me Dalton Schultz, 40 yards.
That was also my other one.
Dalton Schultz, 40 yards.
40 yards receiving?
Yeah. Well, yeah, not rushing. Yeah, I don't want to get 40 yards rushing. You put all this together with no boost or nothing, it's plus 2,800.
I think it's because we have the Khalil Shakir touchdown in there.
Juiced out. What's like his receptions?
Oh, don't start backing down now. He's plus 300 to score. His receptions.
Mm-hmm.
His receptions are 4.5. You want to take that instead?
I mean, it's a little more realistic, but
sure, it's much more realistic. That's why it's minus 126 instead of plus 310.
What's Josh Palmer's receptions?
2.5 with the juice on the over. I'll take Shakir off. Now we're at a much more realistic plus 938.
Yeah.
Now the plus 2,800 did sound cool.
First play of the game is going to be just a deep ball to him.
No, they just throw like little 4-yard, 5-yard passes.
I'll be pissed if Shakir scores and has 4 catches.
Yeah. I'm probably going to play both these now. I'm going to do the 2,800 one as well. A little sprinkle on it and the plus 938 one.
So we're taking Khalil Shakir over 4.5 receptions.
Yeah. Or a touchdown, whichever one you want. The touchdown makes it plus 3,800 or 2,800.
I don't want that. Dalton Schultz, 40 yards receiving over.
Yep.
James Cook under rushing yards of 74.5.
Yep.
And the under for the game.
Yep. Everyone keep in mind, Cody's pick is the under 43.5, and he was the one that missed last week.
Oh, surely that won't happen again.
No, you can't be the only one that misses this week.
I can be.
No, that won't happen.
I don't think so.
I don't believe that for a second.
This game is screaming the under.
I feel like you should just take Josh Allen to score a touchdown every week, rushing.
Yeah.
You might not come out as a winner, but at least you feel good when it hits. Because whenever it hits, it feels like a no-brainer. It's one of those you're like, of course he's going to score between a sneak and a scramble at the goal line.
Yeah, seems like every time I take that, though, he doesn't.
I know. That's the game they decide to give the ball to James Cook.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Same with Hurts and Barkley. You know, you take one of those guys every week, and then it's the other one.
Use the promo code FANRUN, all caps, over at VIP Play. I'll see if I can get them to boost this parlay, if we can get it built. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Take advantage of, if you haven't played on VIP Play yet, use the promo code, bet at least $20, get $100 in bonus bets. Then you can sprinkle that out and make some money. Last call on the other side is Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Last call here on the program. Got a double dipper tonight when it comes to basketball. The Lady Vols and MTSU. Tennessee, the men taking on Tennessee State. Bunch of little hoops tonight. The Lady Vols haven't really fared well in these interstate like showdowns. Like whenever we actually play a in-state team with the Pulse, like we've kind of struggled in those the last couple of years.
We're going at MTSU?
Yep.
Why are we playing all these in-state teams away?
Recruiting,
I guess
man.
The UT Martin one makes sense for Pat, but
Was the Belmont game? That was here, wasn't it?
That was here. But we played at Memphis last year, too. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's different in women's basketball than it is men's basketball, where, like, all these other schools, like, love the Lady Vol brand. Like, maybe the Lady Vol brand gets more love in Memphis. It's less of a rivalry. I don't know, man. I don't know if you're out there, like, trying to recruit or trying to, like, help the in-state schools get some money. And then you eventually, recruit them. I don't know what the hell the point is.
I feel
possible transfer destinations for some of these ladies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just keep relationships, like a feeder school of sorts. Like, didn't we got a good score from MTSU a couple years ago, didn't we? Didn't we have somebody transfer here from MTSU? I thought we did get a girl there. Maybe it's I don't know, man.
Then I also think we had a Lady Vol go to Belmont, though.
Yeah, we did. It could also be as simple as, Sam, the men are playing at home, and they need to play this game today. And
boosting economies.
Yeah, the men are playing in Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center, and the women can't. I don't know the rules. I don't know. Maybe I'd also say, Sam, a big part of it is probably that the women's program doesn't have money to pay these teams to come consistently. So, like, you just kind of go, you give them a game once every couple years, and they come to play you.
The ladies could use a good showing. They have not had a very hot start to the year in terms of where the expectation level was at.
Oh, no, they don't look good at all.
Yeah.
They look pretty bad.
I kind of feel for I feel like that thing, kind of has the potential to slide in a hurry if it doesn't work out just because it's so gimmicky. The style,
It's at the point where there are some people starting to wonder about its long-term success, at the SEC level, at the high level of like actually breaking through and being a championship level team.
Yeah, I mean, she's only in year 2, and they did have some moments last year against really good teams where they showed they could be in the game. So, like, maybe I don't want to jump, too early, but it seems like such a weird style of play. Bring 5 in, sub 5 out. Bring a new 5 in, sub them out, sub the others back. Like, it's just you talk about rhythm, jazz in basketball, and that consistency of, like, the flow.
Yeah. The girls don't get in a rhythm at all. Like, every now and then she will break her rule. If somebody's playing really well, she'll let them stay in until they want to come out, like sometimes. But, yeah, like especially this iteration of the team, Cody, I've watched a couple of their games. It is very noticeable when Talasia Cooper's not on the court. Like when it's her turn to be subbed off, the offense kind of goes completely away. Like she is, maybe Ruby Whitehorn would have been the version on the other unit that could have gotten some buckets for you. But like when Cooper's off the floor, you definitely notice this year.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, they had to dismiss. She was one of their top players, if not the best player.
No,
right?
she'd have been like top. She'd have been like second, third, or fourth, maybe. She's not better than Cooper, but she would have been up there in terms of the next in line.
But I mean, she's recruited at a really high level.
Yeah,
like she's brought in some talent. So I guess you just got to give it time and see if she can get something cooking. But not been a great start to the year for them.
No, they need a good performance.
Yeah.
The men, I don't really care what they look like tonight. Just win.
I care. I don't want to say I wouldn't view it as a just win game. Like,
in what way? Like you?
Well, if it's a 6-point win, I'd feel pretty gross.
Yeah, but I think we'd immediately forget about it next week. Like I think they're so close to playing real games that like it's okay if they kind of
go through the motions.
Yeah, if they go through the motions tonight, beat an in-state team, and then just go take care of business in Vegas. We're not going to be sitting around thinking, "Oh man, but that TSU game." Like we're immediately to the good games now. That like I don't really care what they look like.
I still want to see them getting better. I want to see them come out with some energy and dispose of this team. Which it's not a game you should even have as any potential to lose. I mean,
sure. If given the option, I would like for them to play really good and be rolling into Vegas. I'm just saying I'm not going to be too freaked out if they only score like 74 points and win like a ugly 74-57, 74-65 type of game. We're headed to the real schedule next week, though.
I don't need them to score 100, but I wouldn't say for me just win as just like, if it's – I don't want like a somewhat close game.
Sure.
Like I feel like you got to win by at least 12, 15.
There's still guys that need to be working their way into the rotation or working their way into like solidifying a spot maybe as a starter or the minutes at the 2 guard, that's going to be up for grabs. And now some JP Estrella minutes are going to – be up for grabs at least for the next couple weeks. Does Dwayne Brown take advantage of it? Does Jalen Carey continue to get better? Does Phillips just kind of solidify himself as being above those two? That's interesting. And then Nate Ament's 3-point shooting. Like I want to see him have just a breakout game shooting the ball. That'll be tonight. We will be watching the Tennessee-Houston game next Tuesday, doing a little all-day remote type of action leading into the game, so make plans to hang out with us at Barley's. Bubba, what do we miss today?
We missed the FBI revealing that UTEP has been receiving NIL donations from the Juarez cartel to support the athletic programs.
You got centelled. That's not real.
We've missed Maction
No,
having
we
a
didn't.
meat raffle.
Meat raffle?
They did. They auctioned off chicken and feta sausage, some ribeyes, some chicken wings, some hot dogs, steaks, Italian sausage, chicken breast, frozen turkeys, baby back spare ribs, some chuck roast, chuck patties, and a whole boneless pork tenderloin.
So that's a lot of meat. Elite. That's a lot of meat. Arby's would be jealous.
South Alabama's also doing some baby races coming up. We've also missed Olympian turned drug kingpin Ryan Wedding, currently on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list, has been accused of ordering the murder of a witness. So he went from playing in the snow to playing in the snow.
You say he was an Olympian. What was
good
his? What was
2002?
What was his sport?
Comedy.
Downhill skiing, I believe, or whatever they call it. When they slalom in between the old things, I believe.
ESPN has dropped a trailer/teaser for Booyah, a portrait of Stuart Scott. That's a 30 for 30 that'll get me back watching.
There's going to be a documentary on Boo Carter.
I used to love those 30 for 30s. I don't really watch too much of those anymore, but Stuart Scott, that'll be something that gets me to want to watch.
I feel like we kind of glossed over the meat raffle.
December 10th.
Also, there's a new Earnhardt in racing.
Huh?
Another one of his grandkids, Bobby Earnhardt.
Bobby Earnhardt.
Behind
That's
the
a
wheel.
good racing name.
That's a good name.
That's right out of a movie almost.
That's a good name, Bobby Earnhardt. Where's he starting at, Bubba?
Starting in the lower leagues of ARCA.
So like how?
So it goes ARCA, Trucks, Xfinity, and then Main Series. So
Okay.
he's fourth series.
Okay. Does he have a team? Does DEI still have a team?
No.
Junior don't have a team no more?
Junior does.
He has.
Oh, but it's not. Okay, he didn't take over that. Because I was like the stepmom.
He ain't giving his family all the benefits.
Teresa.
They got to work for it.
All right, fair enough.
Bobby Earnhardt, destined for greatness.
Now, this ain't this. I imagine this is not Dale's kid.
No, it's his nephew, I think.
Or not Dale's kid. I mean, yeah, Junior's kid. Yeah, it's his nephew. Okay.
Is it Carrie's son?
Either way. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps. The voluntary reaction.
This football season, tune in to Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the Fan Run Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory, or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on Fan Run Radio.
The voluntary reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fan Run and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest